Hello and welcome to News Morning here on Newday on TV3. My name is Beatrice, so coming up in the next few minutes. Ghana's High Commissioner to South Africa says Ghanaians are safe in the wake of recent xenophobic attacks on Africans, as Foreign Minister says attacks undermine African unity. Also, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, has uncovered a surge in fake number plates on Ghana's roads. And much later on the program, hope returns to Glefe, Mbegbese and Shaibu as sea defense project nears completion, restoring coastline damaged by years of tidal waves. My name is Beatrice. Thank you very much for joining us on the program once again. Now, Foreign First Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa says the criminal elements attacking Ghanaians and other nationals in South Africa's latest xenophobic attacks are undermining efforts to build a united and strong Africa. Addressing the media after a crunch meeting with the South African High Commissioner to Ghana, the minister underscored the role Ghana played in the struggle for freedom in South Africa, indicating that those perpetrating the attacks must turn their attention to history and the African unity struggle.
As Africans, we all know the role we played in assisting South Africa to defeat the apartheid regime. Right here in these hallowed grounds, the precincts we find ourselves. This used to be the International Students Hostel. We hosted a lot of freedom fighters from South Africa and many parts of Africa. Ghanaian taxpayers took care of the scholarships they were provided, the meals they were provided. We issued passports, Ghanaian passports, when they were declared stateless and when they could not travel freely. We issued Ghanaian passports to them, right here in these premises. We extended support, financial support, to the ANC. And that is why when President Nelson Mandela was released, he came to Ghana and thanked Ghana, then under the leadership of His Excellency, Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. All of us as African leaders must condemn that. And we must remind those fringe elements who are in the extreme minority that they cannot divide us, that we remain united in our common struggles, in our common destiny, and that our solidarity is unshaken, is unbreakable, and we will continue to band together as Africans. We will do everything as a government to protect our nationals and to make sure that we demand from the South African government to protect our citizens and to keep them safe, because they owe them that duty of care. Just as we will continue to make sure that all South Africans living in Ghana are safe, are protected, and we will not encourage any reprisal attack. We will condemn it, and we will not even contemplate.
Meanwhile, Ghana's High Commissioner to South Africa, Benjamin Kwashi, says Ghanaians are generally safe, but have been advised to stay away from public places for the time being as the situation is monitored.
It's been scattered all over South Africa. It's happened in the Eastern Cape, it's happened in Durban, it happened in parts of Pretoria North, which is in Gauteng, the capital. And the main demonstration that was held today was held in Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. I can assure you that everything went well. There was no Ghanaian business that was affected. There was no Ghanaian citizen that was attacked. We issued out an advisory note to the community asking them to stay off work today and ensure that the people could carry out their demonstrations. We've been told clearly that it has been peaceful. Our citizens in that area have not been attacked. They've told us that they are home, they are safe. We keep tap on all of them. And in other provinces as well where these are happening, we've made sure that we keep consular services open to them. We regularly speak to their leadership and speak to the members of the Ghanaian community in those various areas as well. I can assure you that situations are returning to normal. We have been told of possible demonstrations that are going to happen in the days ahead. And as a mission, we are doing everything possible to ensure that no Ghanaian is affected adversely.
Back in Ghana and in Parliament, sponsors of the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill, widely referred to as the Anti-LGBTQI bill, are pushing for its swift passage, insisting the proposed legislation meets all necessary legal and financial requirements. At the start of public consultations aimed at gathering stakeholder input, the sponsors emphasized that Ghana should take inspiration from other African countries that have enacted similar laws.
Ghana is seeking to criminalize same-sex relations, identifying as LGBTQ and public expression of this identity. As well, this bill, when passed, would make it an offense to advocate, support, sponsor, and even promote LGBTQ+ activities. For the second time, this law has been introduced with mixed concerns, but Parliament is seeking to pass a legislation that addresses these varied issues without compromise.
We take cognizance of the rights of individuals who may be affected by this, and we're making the provisions in such a way that no individual, no Ghanaian's rights are going to be infringed upon. We also take note of existing legislation that has already taken care of some of the clauses that we'll be looking at here.
Everybody has accepted the content of this bill as it was passed, and everyone in Ghana accepts that this is a bill that is fit for purpose.
Sponsors of the anti-LGBTQ bill have sung the same chorus that the reintroduced legislation is no different from the earlier one passed by the 8th Parliament.
I do not think that this bill should be subjected to fresh national dialogue. In fact, all the CSOs and all the concerns most of them have gone through are the same concerns that came up in the first cycle of this bill. We can expedite this bill in a day without compromising any part of our procedures.
Uganda has replicated our bill, gone ahead to pass it. Senegal has done the same, passed it, and even reviewed their bill to increase the sanctions. And let us be clear, it has not brought any economic sanctions on any of those countries.
During the consideration of the clauses, Sam George cited an example that elicited a sharp disclaimer from John Intimfojo.
Male who claims that he has transitioned to a female and has held himself out on TV and done music videos, and now claims that he is having intersex with Honorable Intimfojo, and that Honorable Intimfojo is his gay lover.
It is important I respond. Maxine, in her old or present life, no, it's important. In her old or present life, as contrary to her claim, contrary to his or her claim that she has had some perversive intercourse with me, I've never engaged in any sexual intercourse, apart from what God created between Adam and Eve.
Stakeholders agree that the country needs a law to protect its cultural and religious values. But all of that would come in the face of human rights concerns that have been raised by many. Christian Yali, TV3.
In other news, a reported fire outbreak at the GridCo Akosombo substation has triggered serious concerns owing to the strategic importance of the facility to Ghana's power supply. Reports reaching TV3, however, say that the fire is under control and has been prevented from spreading by the Ghana National Fire Service. Unconfirmed reports indicate that the fire outbreak has also disrupted power supply in parts of the country. GridCo has confirmed the fire at its facility. TV3 will continue to monitor the situation and will bring a further update as and when we get it. Now, the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, has uncovered a surge in fake number plates on Ghana's roads. Emanate estimating that over 30,000 vehicles operate daily with forged registrations. A compliance exercise at East Legon led to the seizure and removal of fake plates and expired DP stickers as enforcement officers moved to clamp down on widespread violations of road traffic regulations.
The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, says in excess of 30,000 fake vehicle registration number plates ply Ghanaian roads daily. An exercise targeting these vehicles as well as others operating with expired DP stickers and unapproved DV number plates were carried out by the authority's compliance unit at East Legon in the Greater Accra region. Assistant Manager for Compliance and Enforcement at the DVLA, Kofi Ansah Apenten, addressed journalists after the nearly 4-hour exercise.
We were able to identify forged DV plates in our system and a lot of expired DV plates. In fact, that was the highest we identified today. But the compliance and enforcement at DVLA is happy because we're able to educate the general public and some of the customers on where they can get the plates and some of the features of a forged plate. You find a lot of them not really happy with our enforcement. So it's up to us to be very assertive to our customers. It's important to give them the right information for them to understand why we're on the road.
The enforcement team also carried out sensitization for motorists on driver and vehicle safety, as well as the implications of fixing fake registration plates. Last week, a similar operation at Tema Port led to the seizure of 40 newly imported vehicles assigned inappropriate DP stickers.
Now, hope has returned to residents of Glefe, Begbeise and Shiabu in the Ablekuma West municipality as the sea defense project in the area enters its final phase. A visit to these coastal communities reveals a remarkable transformation. The once devastated coastline is gradually being restored following years of destruction caused by tidal waves.
In 2001, residents of Glefe, Begbeise and Shiabu were among several coastal communities in the Greater Accra region hit by severe tidal waves. Large portions of land once used as playgrounds and home to several buildings were swallowed by the sea. Over 100 meters of coastline was washed away, displacing families and destroying livelihoods. In response, the government in 2024 commenced the construction of a sea defense wall to halt the destruction and protect lives and property. 2 years on, the impact is evident. The once hopeless communities are springing back to life, with many indigents returning to rebuild their homes and livelihoods.
Due to the sea defense, we are safe, we are okay. Everything was not good, but now we are safe, we thank God. And whoever initiated the defense, we thank them.
Sea defense, fine.
The construction of the sea defense has brought us so much relief. The entire coastline was almost consumed by the waves.
The municipal chief executive, George Pakwaloti, says the project will not only protect the shoreline, but also help reclaim lost lands over time.
I can confirm that the tidal wave has stopped destroying properties here because of the groans. You know, the purpose for this sea defense is to reduce the tidal waves, and since they started, it has reduced it, and basically the sand has started growing. The contractor is that over time the sand will grow up to the level of the sea defense, and then we reclaim the land.
He, however, expressed concern over renewed sand winning activities along the beach, warning residents to desist from the act that could undermine the project.
People are winning sand with sacks, not like before they bring trucks. So they are left with the last groan, and then they are done with the sea defense here. The issue now comes back to the assembly to make sure we ensure that people will guide this place so that the residents will not wind sands anymore.
Meanwhile, other coastal communities such as Teshie and Nwa continue to battle tidal waves, with residents calling for urgent government intervention before the situation worsens. Joseph Armstrong, Good Oligwe, TV3. Begbeise, Accra.
And that's all for News Morning here on New Day on TV3. My name is Beatrice Sedu. Thank you very much for joining us on the program. Do continue with us on New Day.
And now what do you say? Christ as the choir, no more. And I said, better revival ministry. Beatrice, it's always amazing to do the show with you. What do you listen to? What type of music do you listen to?
Oh, I listen to all sort of. Aside from
you don't listen to all sorts of. Yeah.
Aside from reggae. Aside from pop and
pop and do you listen to pop music?
No. Aside from pop and reggae, I listen to all others.
Okay, so you don't listen to reggae at all?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't listen to conscious music?
No.
Oh, you're missing a whole lot.
Yeah.
No, seriously, you should listen to conscious. Conscious.
Conscious.
No, not conscious, so conscious music.
Conscious.
Yeah,
that's like
you should listen to
right?
reggae.
Yes. I have a different feeling when I listen
look
to reggae.
Look for a Lucky Dube song, you know, like look for Lucky Dube Mama. I know it will resonate with you.
Yes.
What's that say?
Generally, I don't listen to reggae.
Oh, okay. I'm sure you've got your own reasons.
Yes.
Okay. No problem at all. But anyway, you're very welcome to today's edition of TV3 Newday. It's a Friday, and we are closing the week. Tomorrow, God willing, is that conscious music they're trying to play? Anyway, tomorrow, God willing, we don't have to wake up at 3 a.m.
Yes.
Tomorrow we can sleep, kakra. But major congratulations going out to our girl, Regina Van Helvet.
Ooh.
Yesterday, you turned upside down the internet, and we are happy for you and your union with Dr. Chris. Regina Van Helvet, congratulations to you. We'll look for those pictures and put them on the screen, but congratulations to you, Regina. She's tied the knot. The big one, or the closing ceremony is tomorrow, Saturday, and we're wishing you all the very best. God bless your union. God keep you together forever in Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
Amen.
I saw the pictures and the videos.
Amazing.
Very lovely.
Amazing.
And so many people, like you said, were posting. So the internet was just filled with them.
Yeah.
Very lovely. Yes. Congratulations to you.
Yeah. Anyway, what do we have for the big issue this morning?
We're looking at the CSOs. You know, CSOs have now come up. They are making their voices stronger now. And this time around, asking the president to stay off the special prosecutor's case. We'll get to find out really what's exactly they mean by asking the president to stay off. And yesterday also, there was a directive from the MPA. We heard from the Chief Executive Officer, Edigi Tamaklo, saying that they were taking the Galamsey fight to fuel supply, because they realized that in as much as these groups like NIMOS and the rest are going into the forest to stop them, they find out that apparently there are more OMCs, quote unquote, fuel supply stations within these areas, as against the number of vehicles that these communities ply in. So they want to deal with the source of fuel. So they are able to kind of take in the Galamsey fight to another level. So we'll be looking into these, interrogating them. Of course, Joseph Akavle will be handling the panel this morning to look at that and whether that's one of the strongest ways we can deal with this illegal mining fights that we've been fighting for quite a long time. We don't really seem to see the end of it. Yes.
Okay. So we're looking into that for the big issue. Yesterday was a huge day in the world of sports here in Ghana as well. Carlos Queiroz finally is here. And in that press out yesterday, journalists were taking turns and asking him questions. Well, 47 days to the World Cup. There's no time at all. But time will be no excuse for him. He knew that there was no time, and he took on the job. I think it's a 4 or 5 months contract between now and the end of the World Cup. Well, keeping him or retaining him would depend on his performance at the World Cup. So we'll see about that. But when it's time for sports, we'll bring you all the fallouts from that presser yesterday. Carlos Queiroz, I'm not sure if you're watching TV this morning, but this is the biggest TV station, the biggest network in the country.
Welcome
you will
to
receive
Ghana.
a lot of info on this station, so please be glued to this station. But welcome Akwaba to Ghana. They gave him a welcome gift yesterday. They gave him fugu. I don't know if you'll be able to wear that on the pitch, but yes, that's our way of welcoming you into the motherland. There's no time at all. What the good news is, however, he is retaining all the workers or all the committee members, everyone on the committee, on the bench, on the management team. He's maintaining everyone, but he's introduced 5 more people. because there's no time to not get used to tactics and who is this and who can help with this and all of that. So he's brought on 5 more people who can help him with the job. When it's time for sports, we'll delve into all of that. But thank you all for joining us. All our regulars, we know that you're watching this morning. No time to get into the names, but you do know yourselves, and we want to appreciate you for waking up with us every day from 6 to 10. It's Friday, and Cash Money Cookie, I'm here. And ever since I came back, I've been trying to, revamp the whole Cash Money system to give you a lot more. So let's do it this way, today being Friday. And I promise I'll give all the amounts I'm going to mention to all the people who will win today on the show. I'm not going to do anything off air.
It means that you just have to start early.
I will start early. Yes. Because when I tend to give it off air, many people do not believe that it actually goes, but it goes to the recipients. But today I'll do everything right here. So *439# is the code if you're a Telecel or MTN subscriber. And 3 of you are walking away with 2,000 Ghana cedis. 3 of you walking away with 2,000 Ghana cedis. So please get in the game now. You do know that the more you play, the more your chances of winning. And expect that I'm going to give you 2,000. No, play as many times as possible. Please encourage me to give you the money. If you play, I would also play my part. I'll give you the money. So *439# if you are Telecel or MTN subscriber. You are choosing, which option are we choosing today? Coco, we are choosing the normal option 2. Please don't choose option 8. You are choosing the normal option 2. Next week, when we get into May, when I start the mega jackpots, then that one you can start selecting option 8. But we are still prepping and getting ready for the mega jackpots coming your way from May. I'm revamping the whole cash out system from the 1st of May, increasing the number of people who win and increasing the amounts as well. So for today,
50,000 before.
Mama, 50,000.
Yes.
You know me already. I'm good for it. So please, *439# if you're a Telecel or MTN subscriber. Please choose option 2 today. Follow the rest of the very user-friendly prompts, and we are good to go. But for this morning's segment, we all watched that documentary by Na Ashoko, dubbed or themed the Teshie London Bay. Very sad one. And this morning, the fisher folk from Teshie have joined us here in studio to have a one-on-one discussion, have a feel of what this whole London Bay site in Teshie has cost, how they are dealing with it before, after, and during, and all of that. They are here to have a conversation with us. So one fisherman who's been, of course, affected by this is here. And unfortunately, another woman whose child has been gone missing for a very long time is also here to hold a conversation with us. Let's get ready for this morning.
Very damning revelation about the difficulties that a London beach, which was constructed to help the people, now presents the people with. I love Teshie. I'm from Teshie. Teshie is one of the most communally beautiful places in Ghana. You cannot talk about Teshie without talking about fishing. For the people of Teshie, fishing is not just an occupation. It has a heart and soul. Curious to understand this life, I joined the fishermen in one of their expeditions, and what I witnessed was eye-opening.
This is my first time on fishing canoe. I'm dizzy and nauseous. And very nauseous. I knew it would be like this, but it's actually a lot more scary than I thought. The canoe is not stable at all. It keeps moving with the waves. And many times I thought we'd fall into the ocean. But they're standing and they're okay. So I guess it's safe. And nauseous. And very nauseous. I knew it would be like this, but it's actually a lot more scary than I thought. The canoe is not stable at all. It keeps moving with the waves. And many times I thought we'd fall into the ocean. But they're standing and they're okay. So I guess it's safe.
A few times I tried to help them pull the nets and pull the ropes. My palms after 10 minutes were all sore and I could feel pain in my back, my palms. I began to feel a little seasick. It was all so much, but the men, the fishermen, for hours they pulled the nets.
They go through a lot to bring us the fish that we eat. I think I appreciate fishermen a little more now than before.
And that's the documentary called Teshie Landing Bay by our very own Na Ashoko. So for the purposes of this interview today, Maha Inhe Ghana name, it was Macha Inhe Na Ashoko. So Na Ajele, that's your name, correct? And Uncle Ashite, Ashite. Okay, so they are my guests this morning, and we're just about to get into it. One more time, now, congratulations to you. This is very beautiful. Sorry about all that you endured whilst filming this documentary. But, Niashite, honey, what we feel labi ne, what fair documentary ne a few months ago, no miebo obejame oba later on. But, okwe film alo kweko. But ole noni yano ye Teshie Landing Bay jame. So for the past how many oba jame how many months ago?
Can I wear? Bon wear Teshie yani fe afi epani.
Okay, all right. Teshie Landing Bay jame. We've seen from the documentary ake problems p bahanye. According to Bodenche o experience problems minini.
Na ba ni ba le kan fa ni nyumbo ni nyumbo ba fiti wo ya le boot wo lele o e fiti wo di bi afi o na gba ni ba fi o ni.
Okay. Danny ake Landing Bay ba before Landing Bay ba no me ni bi ye jeme, how was it like?
O ni bi ye je be wo bon we ane eche bon we ane ba she 45 years.
Oh wow. It was in all those 45 years before ake Landing Bay ba jeme no me tani bi ya no ye jeme ten.
O ba do na ni bi ele 15 ni bi wa. Fi first year le wonyo obuto ka ta lele no wono abanya ke yawo.
Okay.
She bad on go only a lote, by your fit to be fin, no now wampu.
Okay.
Babobo no more.
Okay. Niashite is telling us this morning that he's been doing this fishing business for about 45 years in total. And before the Teshie landing bay was constructed, of course, they will go for their usual fishing and come back. They were not recording any number of deaths like they are recording right now. You keep hearing him say lele. Lele means canoe. And that's been his experience so far before the landing bay was constructed. Ni ashite, ewo ni a construct landing bay. Ni nkemo we bia na olele efite alo efite ko.
O efite ya o efite wa ya wo batroni.
Mini bani efite.
Be mini puero. Tenu ana baba.
Okay. Ni lele kome Kenyan town nye lele kome alo nye construct lele kome enye ni ya Ghana city ni.
Lele ho ekome 1 billion. Ekome 2 billion. Lele dale. Ekome eternally.
No, remember 2 billion. Alo 200 billion.
2 billion.
2 billion. Blema chuchu Ghana city. It will be in recent times said 200,000 Ghana city. For one lele, for one canoe, 200,000 Ghana. J20,000. 200,000. And then so now that it's spoiled, hello? Wow. Hani wakaya landing bay kun before ni aba construct alo aba fail landing bay. Ofane government alo minister ko alo assemblymen ko Kenya ba wie before they constructed it lo.
Oh, na time ayuku yon.
Okay.
The MPPBA. Okay. Wa mame yon ni. Anko ba Teshie na ko wie. Aga ba fini ewa wo ensure na. China fe na bu e would be fin.
Oh, ewa akenyen wie.
Ako ba wie.
Okay.
Ona go wa la go be na wa fi be ba wa wo bo. China fe na bu ewa wo.
Okay.
Wo MPL uni ba se pene.
Okay.
Le we ke ecoverti ba, le we ke le ba wie kuni.
Okay.
E ba sa e han wo.
Okay.
Ti ba to no wo bo to ake ba nye isa wo. She guys nye sa be ba do le ten ato eje le ifite wo ni bi wa re che. Je mi pe ifite me kuma no da ni ba she no.
Ni metam ni olele ne tebibi ifite olele.
Oh, ba she ni ji edwe.
That's about 5 months. Hello, 5 months. Okay. So I'm trying to establish whether government or some officials sat with them before the landing bay was constructed. And he's attested to the fact that, yes, they sat with them, and he mentioned the name of the MP at the time and said that they sat with them and explained to them the use of the landing bay. But unfortunately, after its construction, we can all see the effects that we are all experiencing right now. So I asked him when his canoe got destroyed, and he said about 5 months ago. Now tells us, or we all do know, that this documentary was filmed last year between November and December. So it means that it's still happening. We're in April. May is just around the corner. So it means that even after this documentary, they are still experiencing the demise of people, canoes getting destroyed, and all of that in that enclave. Ni ashite mashibo fio ni maba na ajeleje na lebine oyejugba. Ta chobilete.
Ofa no tole naftali ni mama mate.
E wo shin ata atole ni chole.
Shin o chole mama.
Mama. Ni in my mama you obiane.
Mama insho kelete.
For how long now?
Oh, 6 months.
6 months, ne? Ni before it happened there, nye yashia, nye ni alo, nye fe, mini nye fio, Danny.
Bini happy age school eba.
Okay.
Ne ike ba ye come ke floor. Ne ke o min sumo floor sin sumo come mene kena. O mi aye come ke kena, le oni aye come ke floor hale. Wo ye e shatin sin fm. Ne ke o ma mi hwe twins. Oni kala ko munta speedy. Oke kuma yele. Neba ke me ake kuma yele. Se atwa for info ni abele. Ajele nmo yo ni ke ohun ye speedy.
Speedy jingbe.
Speedy Kenya. Bu Teshie no.
Okay.
Okay. Nmo yo ba amlinga no banten biaga mi neba. Ne amke mo ke agen bilatali ke ploto ke kutuke ba. Ke inshogelete ni ka again ye for jimini bele ebuan bile sin bile banton jele nkele ye ni banton ni shile banton mini jin shogele yo ni bagbe fu ekete ni gbe fu ekete lele bi kan bi enyugo metala papa le mase na papa le ke bi kan bi en ke obila atali ke proto ke kotoka ba na me amega me ke len wu nsho na me ke la ke eni eya bu ye jeme e wo ke ti jeme nsho ba chale efo ameda ni bi kan bi ke ni te si bi kan bi amega me ja me yen no si bi na me fo me na ma na e pele eni ewu eni na enyo no na e pele e wo ni amegbe fu na mbache boy say ni kpo ya ni ati anye nsho me hu anale
na bono. This is a very difficult moment, and she's been going through this for the last 6 months. And according to her narration, her son, Mama, went swimming with 2 others. And that's the son on the screen right now. He went swimming with 2 others. And by the time they realized, he began drowning. So the 2 ran to come and tell the elders or some community members who were around that this is what's happening. They tried to go into the sea to rescue Mama, but unfortunately, they just couldn't find his body. It's been 6 months now. Najele, that day, okayo noni ewo, atalia ni ewo. Okeba ona. Hani mako atalia ni ewo that day. Ewo atali jine ni akeba chombo ake noni ebane. Alo. Okay. Ewo that final day in the shorts neck top ne ni ewo. And from what she says, it's just around the London Bay, not even in the deep sea or anything. It's just around the London Bay that the little boy, Mama, got drowned. Najile, neke te bibi ne niafo in the name of London Bay ne. A lot of challenges ebahanya ye Teshie jeme, including bo ni biane wana ni Mama. What other challenges? I want to say it in a way that I can express in Ga, but it's not really coming. Or how na dia bremo was sa Teshie enclave hono obetumi aka ho asem ahre me eya wonko na wo ba ayira ye hu na say other people so nam phobia na nkofa oni momo wo hono omususo omba ayira because of this London Bay ana
wa fe na fiele gbegbe wo bi e wo agenti gbegbe wo bi e wo nika akwa na ba fe nugo ebe ni bi ba fiti aje ke mepi abi ete ni bi na ete na kwa moko hu bi ete le ho anakole ba se 2 weeks ne le hu me enyo
oh just 2 weeks
le hu me enyo sin ama me ba
oh
okay to mo chi ne no le isamoko le hu ekeleba gbeke ekeleba gbe sinu
boy ye sure ka ba bi o here ke ni maba ni mi kometo imbi eba ewo noni okay eba gbe shin 2 weeks ago unfortunately hu egbo alo mi male le hu egbo ewo mi ni nye fio ye sane ne he
sane ne wo wie ya hu so wo le gbero ni ba tun ni wo government tanu ne ba
mi ba ke nye wie he hu nye wie he ke twon na mo alo ke na mo na me ke ni ye ka metashin
wo meneni yo ma wo je na chole mene abi wala change le
assemblyman okay
le ka bisane ba wa yu o chon le nbi na sane ba na nke ya hanle shin efe no ko yehe
efe no ko yehe efe no ko yehe alo enye efe no ko yehe difference ye
enye efe no ko yehe akeni sane ba sa ke ma report on police shin mu mi feel ake kele assemblyman yin ni wote e ba fe fan shin mu ko meto we mi feel ani be hwe mi kente ameba bi mi ni bi ko meni shiona kaji assemblyman bo kemte bo ye no ni bo ba ka me keni bi shin wi a hu efo mi oje meni ani mi fun ake ninya baba vote no nyenye ma se je no ko bibio ne mi ajegba je mi wa je nche ye ne ke ndc ne shi mi one city pon na ko yem wo ka ji san e ba ni bo ba nyense ni abagbesa ne na no nyense o hin the next 4 years ke mene ba mo kwa ga ba nyense adon
o voting ha me don o vote po o for like o ako ya no ya voting
da bi da ajegba jemi wo je kukudu bi fa ye jen le ko ye jen kukudu bi ale wo bi ni wo ndi satele ko ho ka me ga bokura ni o ko pena bokura mi no na mi me ni po na mi be ndi si na me kukudu po e da ne amete ama iska ni bomu ni bo no ko pena mi no na mi aga wo me no kwa tole kuzo mi le
okay where ma bajeme me was money wo ba fele MPP ke NDC because ke ensure ke wo BM fan ya ensure ele NDC ke MPP it just knows humans so I've been trying to establish and understand what they have done about the situation, and she tells me that just 2 weeks ago 2 more children got drowned, but well, they were washed ashore, but of course obviously not amongst the living anymore. They were dead before they were washed ashore. And I asked her, so how then do you feel that it's been 6 months, you still haven't seen your son? I'm sure, I mean, even if you cannot bring his life back, at least seeing him washed ashore would even give you a little encouragement or maybe a little closure that it is really over and done with. And I asked her what they have done as community members. Have they engaged government? Have they sat with people? And she tells me that they've engaged the assemblyman a number of times, but it does not look like he's got the capacity to do anything about it, according to her. Well, she mentions one political party that she belongs to, and she's telling us this morning that even community members are laughing at her that you're following this particular political party, they haven't done anything for you, and you are still following them. And obviously, we do not want to make it partisan. This matter is not an MPP, NDC matter. It is a matter that we all must come together to solve immediately. Najile, ke President Mahama ye this morning, ke you have the opportunity to sit down one-on-one with him. Minu utao no kele, minu utao afe about this landing bay. Yes.
Unpele makale pa jang makpale fa ke makpale fa wa fo na ba fe ye jeme ekwe boni iba fili ni wo iba jongo se gbe wo bi ye aye ga se bi da fa che wo papa lehun ije eko dani mene lehun e ana mene kaji lehun ibi kan bi an se ne ko lehun sokele te baleten ni mene le baba ye mene wo wa pale fa ke efe ko bona iba fi ne ba pa wo bi egbe ke wo yen me egbe efe konu isafo konu won wo ya jowo
niashite hani mabibo tabibi or the landing bay esani wo jele totally esani wo je fen ye jeme allo esani wo reconstruct esani afele ekoklo what do you say
madonna mini wo na le ke ajeun ye je ibawa na akwawu ni abanya jajele ni le mo ba na idole le ba nya wa.
Okay, but Bodenche fisherman jibo. You know the direction of the wind. Can someone help me? How do you say wind in Ga? You know the you know the direction. You've been doing this for 45 years. No one nimimbi boake this particular Teshie landing be tebi ani you Teshie no ningbe won bi ke wo family member say esani ajie ye jeme totally allo esani afe henoko something to be reconstructed ni
me nkan ko be to njomo ka jie fen po eje mi sumo.
Okay, according to your experience and according to the direction of the wind ka jie fen
po eje sumo.
Okay, but meantime mabibo landing bay ne it's not only in Teshie, it's in different other places. Say guys, can you help me with the guy? It's in Ekoye Jamestown, Ekoye Biscoff, Nibi, Egbe me, Ekopoye Axim, Egbe me. A war mini one in this particular one in Teshie, how are problems like
Mena Mafi ni Ejaku. Ejaku, okay, sure, I feel to mo. na boy afi gidi feel no. Okay. If it mo luta. Woko o ya track wo wule mpo che egbe o. Ti first ko ni ibele na kan. Wonye obo model feel wonye wo ke ba shipun. Ti ba drone na ko trackless le lobo ka lo te. Ibaye ko chu ashite egbebu. Voilà. Ba drone na fi je le ke ba drone ke so akumu feel no wa ya.
Okay.
Kesho na boy afi to mu gidi feel no anya waya. Ti first ko ga show kumu po anya forso atwom aya. Kesho ya afi no go feel anya ga wo jemi wonyo wa apego tama abo. Ti ba drone na onye no go feel. Aga tell wo ko do go attractless no. Odi bi fe wa.
Ni aka sometimes po dani nya baya is ani nya solid. It's ani nya poor libation dani nya baya no kwale ni lo.
Ofa no solid, ofa no fa.
Every time dani nya baya so that you can only just go and come back safely. Olele that time any olele efite no mi nye ni yo ni yomi.
Ofa no way to
Nehu 9 people. Ewo be mokogboko alo.
Fa mokogboko.
But gbemempla. Ekomempla. Mokompla but lele ni.
Lele ke
efite. Okay. All right. So I've been trying to understand what's happening with the Teshie landing bay in focus, because like I said, there are other landing bays in other places. There's Biskov, there's Axim, and there's Jamestown. There are other places. We do not record deaths or anything, or children missing, or children getting drowned in the sea. So I asked him why this particular situation in Teshie, and according to him, community members were not engaged. The GPHA did not engage them. The Transport Ministry did not engage the local fisher folks. There was no consultation whatsoever, according to him, before the Teshie landing bay was sited in the exact place that it's sited as at now. And he thinks that if they were consulted, if they had sat with them, they are fishermen, they are the fisher folks in the community, and they know the direction of the wind. So perhaps if they were engaged, if they were consulted, they could have also advised the technicians or the engineers as to how to place the landing bay. Well, the day that his unfortunate incident happened, the day that he lost his canoe, which cost about 200,000 Ghana cedis, it was 9 of them on the canoe that day, but thankfully none of them died or nothing happened. None of them were injured. They are still very much alive, but unfortunately, their source of income is destroyed. And as he sits with us this morning, he is unemployed. Ni ke ona President Mahama ye be ne this morning. Mi no ba kele.
Oh, don't ma kele pe ja ke. Ni ke government ko batano. E fe ni awo. Ni ja o kele we ba nye bomodi. De ba nye le we ke wale fi we ba jaje awo. Ni le we ba nye wawo. Le o mismo. O mi ni pe ma kele.
Okay. Ewo ke onale oba ke la ke aje fe alo afe no ko ye.
Afe no ko ni enye wawo. Ko ni wo nke wo ba pe ke wona ejole ke woni bi on akanya afite wawo.
Okay. All right. But ni owie first time okay before abafe landing bay akenya ba wie alo.
Oh ba wie.
But the only challenge was noni nyeke me ame consider.
Na me fi aga wogani bi ahwe nwi ni aga me to take ajembe. She wo we am gaje wo ba chunu e wo.
Okay.
Be afi o ama am ga me dwemo ya fi na me chiso.
Noni nyeke me they didn't follow through. Amekachuni. Noni nyeke me amekachuni. Okay, so a little bit of correction, and forgive me, I'm struggling with the language this morning, so forgive me, it's my fault and I take full responsibility. So it's not an issue of non-consultation. They were indeed consulted, they were spoken to, but according to him, the advice that they gave the engineers, advice that they gave the GPHA and the Transport Ministry was not quite adhered to. It looks like they had their own way of constructing the landing bay, and they are also thinking that because they are the fisher folk over there, if they had listened to them about the placement or about the direction in which the landing bay could go, it would have been a different story altogether. this morning. It was new okay when we be an ochuni oya show.
Ofana walele ifti o ya ifti ya shi ya le sale bibi.
Nye sale bibi. It was Kemoko ne wabo to mend it. No basa any new here to mend it.
Kemoko to 1 minute get saya can be fair. Lege nye to 150 million.
150 million. 15 is that 15,000 or 150,000? 150 million. 150 million old millions. Okay, so I think that's about 150,000. Ofane oyanga kabi. Ni Ameya school. Obiye Ameya school. Okay. Ni tell theater no opay ame school fees or how many any can it be now that you're not working?
I madrone he where I madrone I think I'm a few
Okay.
Okay, none go fear.
Okay, Hame. All right. I'm asking how he's been getting by, how he's been able to take care of his wife and children. And he says, well, it's bits and pieces every day, handouts here, handouts there, and he's able to make ends meet. But it doesn't look like it's enough to sustain the family. Najele, ufane oyewu, that's how you say it. Are you married? Oye, other children. Do you have other children?
I'm 4.
Oh, okay. So it was 4 of them, and then now you have 3. Oh, it's all boys. Okay. It was to of your 10 you okwame.
I'm a aunt.
Okay.
No many pay your myself.
Okay. Ni bure nche mini ofio.
Me queen born.
Okay. Do you still do it as of now?
Yeah,
you don't do it anymore.
Ne Jamie and kind. Can't get 20. Ba, pata. Obiane, Kema Yeni, Ewa. Jacqueline Mugoni letting Kele you for Equile Mabile, Danny Bami. You can make an arm where Animatashi Levy Gashi Bucket. You know, Konokoyakum, Yanaka Tratomo, Becker 7. Danny Mugoni Lele, Nigele you for a drink in the gay quam. They kept a more incident in gay drink. Danny 8 incident kept my home.
We'll activate the phone lines now so you can also engage with us. But ni ke najele nye yuwadwa ke nye wabawie this morning to give us a better understanding of what's happening at the Teshie landing bay. One solely ake Danny Woba by the time we sleep and wake up tomorrow, we will see ni mama washed ashore by some miracle. But ni bohu noni Wobafe. Let me just say it in English. Thank you for joining us this morning. What we can also do as a TV station to help you to help you to move on, that's what we would also do. But Ebahi, by all means, say Ebahi, if neke forever, it's going to change. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Nia Shrifi and Na Jele joined us this morning from the Teshie landing bay, that documentary that was brought to you by our very own Na Ashoko. Forgive me for struggling with the communication this morning. Guys, not my first language, and I can only try. But we do have a caller on the telephone lines. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, PPC.
Yes, your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Abdul Manan, calling from Wa.
Manan, let's hear you.
Okay. I would like to greet your guests who are currently with you and to the general viewers of TV3, and to say that they should take heart. Sometimes God do some of these things just to test your faith. And I pray that very soon God will give them a livelihood to live on, because it's not easy to live without a job. And I pray that sooner than later they will be able to get a canoe or something else that you'll be able to rely on to feed his family. But let me use this opportunity to extend a greetings to some few people. My honorable member of parliament, Honorable Mohammed Adam Sokaro.
I think we lost Manan. Manan, very sorry. Okay, well, thank you very much for sitting with us this morning. Monitra ike in Kenya ke nyanatri Nofiano Bafe, okay, and especially to you, okay, sometimes God knows best. It will Nofiano Bafe, okay. Oh no. All right. Remember to pack up your day with the Milky Way with a rich, smoother taste of Peck biscuits. Is available everywhere here in Ghana. Peck milk shortcake is in every corner store. Get some for yourself and for your loved ones as well. We'll take a break now. We'll be back with a big issue.
Special congratulations to Nashoko for that amazing documentary and the conversation that Cookie had with our friends from that area as well, the Teshie landing-based story. If you've not seen it, it's on our various social media platforms. Very beautiful documentary, well put together. The pictures are amazing. And more importantly, they tell a very touching story, a reality of the people. A lot of the times when we undertake major projects, we tend to be so much focused on the results, what we want to do. But a lot of the times it ends up affecting the lives of people in very different ways than we could sometimes imagine. And this is what it's helping so far with that. And so that's how come she put this amazing documentary together to highlight the struggles of the people there. We hope that this will not be the first of such conversations, and more will be done to address their concerns. And so kudos to Nashoko for putting this together. Special happy birthday to Charity Agbenyo Dofo, wishing you long life and happiness from the Agbenyo Dofo family, particularly from your lovely sister, Fidelia Dofo. She says I should extend your regards. Do have a wonderful day, amazing woman there. Let me introduce you to my guest in the studio this morning. Fred Agbenyo is joining us in the studio. It's just by chance I'm introducing him first. Fred Agbenyo, SMP for Gwan constituency. Honorable, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, my brother. Pleasure to see you.
Also in the studio with us this morning, Ebo Bachman. Ebo Bachman is a Deputy Communications Director for the United Party. Deputy Communications Director for the United Party. Ebo, good morning. Thank you for joining us as well.
Good morning. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Professor Smart Sapon, who joins us in the studio once a while and mostly joins us via Zoom, is with us. He's a researcher and lecturer at KTU as well. Prof, thank you.
Yes.
KSTU as well. Prof, thank you very much for joining us.
Yes.
We understand you are within reach, so you'll be joining us in the studio a bit more these days.
Yeah, I'm in the capital today.
Nice.
And Ebo must do the needful.
You are playing hide and seek. When you come in, you don't report. Yes.
Also in the studio with us, Kamaldeen Abdullah, His Excellency, former Consul General to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Deputy Communications Director for the New Patriotic Party, with us in the studio as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Joe.
Well, so last week we had this whole conversation about the Office of the Special Prosecutor. At the time, there had been that judgment that had come from the High Court, and we were all trying to understand it. We had the lawyers around the table share their views on it. We did the politics of it and all of that. I mean, 1 week on, we are still talking about the Office of the Special Prosecutor because the civil society organizations have waded into this. In fact, they have gone a step further to actually instruct their lawyers. The civil society organizations have instructed Merton and Everett to file an amicus brief, basically show up at the Supreme Court and say that the case that is between the Noah Adamte versus the Attorney General, they believe that they should be heard on that particular matter. And so they would have to move that application, but they would have to also attach to it what they want to tell the court, just to tell the court that you have to allow us because there's something that we are bringing that will help you to effectively resolve that. And the CSOs, as part of communicating this information to all of us, did also indicate that as far as they are concerned, they believe that Ghana needs an independent special prosecutor. 3 of the leaders of some of the groups behind have also spoken publicly. We've heard from the Media Foundation for West Africa, Transparency International, the local branch as well, and also hearing from them. In fact, the point that they are making basically is to the effect that they want the government to speak directly, the president to speak on his position on the OSP matter. And so that is the update. The other CSO was CDD. So CDD, Media Foundation for West Africa and Transparency International, their leaders have said that they want the president to state what his position is on this matter to put the matter to rest once and for all. And so that is what will be engaging our attention this morning. And I want to start off with His Excellency right next to me here. 1 week on, last week I was engaging you and trying to point out that it will be difficult for us to find specific government actions that you can say lend credence to an attempt to take out the Office of the Special Prosecutor. We've heard from the CSOs and everything. You still stand by your position last week?
In fact, let me say once again, good morning, and good morning to Prof. Yes. Good morning to Honorable Fred Agbenyo, and of course my good brother Ebo, and the viewers out there. Safe to say that we have 2 NDC men here this morning. Nonetheless, we'll still go on with the show. You see,
I think we don't have to do this every week. I'm reluctantly cutting you in. I think we don't have to do this every week. But you can go on and do your submission. We don't have to necessarily do this every week. Yeah, but go on and make your submission.
Yes, you see, last week I indicated, or was it last 2 weeks, I indicated that, look, there's no single political party since the inception of the 4th Republican Constitution that hasn't got in their manifesto a promise to fight corruption. The NDC talks of accountability, talks of how they can build institutions. The MPP have done same. And that is why I'm just taking the immediate democratic dispensation that we have now, which is the 4th Republican Constitution. We have actually tried our best as MPP. We promised to deliver a procurement law leading to setting up a procurement authority. It is in place today. We promised to ensure that we put together an institution called the Special Prosecutor's Office to fight corruption, which we have done. The NDC have made series of promises. They put together laws. Again, the MPP promised that there should be Whistleblowers Act, which will unearth some information and get, authorities, people in authority to act. We passed the Whistleblowers Act. I'm just giving you a series of actions that we have taken as a political party. The same way the NDC have made promises to fight corruption, and they have stood by those promises. Where we are today, the existence of the OSP is to benefit all of us, if indeed we believe in fighting corruption. And that's exactly the position of the CSOs. That is exactly their position. Why do we preach that let us fight corruption, then we come to want to act otherwise, impliedly? And I'm choosing my words well, impliedly. By conduct. You see, it started with the judiciary, and we thought it was a joke. Kwame Nkrumah in the 60s, because cases did not go well with him, had to go after the CJ then, Justice Kosa, was it Akosa? For a very long time, our judiciary has developed. The only institution that saves you whether you are a military regime or you are in democracy is the judiciary. The sanctity of same must always be preserved. To the extent that the coming into force of this government, when they were voted for in December, saw the judiciary meted out with some, if you like, happenings, which were not good, to the extent that the CJ, Justice Tukono, and in fact, I always say this, frivolously was taken out of office. Frivolously. By the NDC, people who claim they're fighting corruption. When they succeeded that, they moved on to the EC, with their national chairman making all those promises before they came to power. The EC have to go. They went in. Again, they will tell you, no, we don't know anything about it, but let me tell you, we're doing politics. Impliedly, they are behind it. But for the CJ, the new CJ, Justice Bafuboni, who gave his results at the committee level to say that, look, we cannot establish a prima facie case against the people you are even talking about. But interestingly, the reasons Justice Bafuboni and co gave and said they were not enough to oust the EC boss and whoever was part of it were the same reasons before the Council of State that saw reason in it to oust the CJ, interestingly. Matters for us to look at. But I'm just telling you the kind of people we are dealing with. That's the NDC. Fast forward to where we are now is the OSP. Institutions that are supposed to build us all, the NDC is on a move to ensure that they put those institutions or cut them out. That is why I said all of us keep these promises. What has happened today? We sat in this country, a bill was put together, sent to Parliament. Parliament sat on that bill, in fact, scrutinized it, fine-tuned it, then we had a law called Act 959, establishing the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Laws, and you are a lawyer, you know, are never perfect. We always have lacunas in laws. We always have gaps in laws. You know it, and lawyers can say it. So if we have realized that there's a gap, that some warrant or some fiat ought to have emanated from the Attorney General's office to clothe the OSP with some powers to prosecute, simplicity, why not issue that fiat? If you're really committed to fighting corruption, why not issue that fiat? I would have thought that the President of the Republic of Ghana, who the OSP claimed that he's now surviving as a result of his goodness, could have instructed at cabinet level his Attorney General to issue that fiat for him to continue with his job. But what did we see? A whole government person who is the majority leader in Parliament, with his whip, had to put together some bill they call Private Members Bill, but for the intervention of the President, who called on them to say, step it down, we would have seen a bill actually under development in Parliament to scrap the OSP. Then the next movement that didn't survive. Somebody had to go to court. Look, we are all doing politics. I'm not saying somebody sent who to politics, but we all know it. People go to court in the name of trying to drive somebody's intention. Somebody goes to court, I'm testing the constitutionality of this. Then they go to court. Then the Attorney General rush to say, I want to actually be part of it. So if it works like a duck, quacks like a duck, then certainly it is a duck. And I am telling you that these people are aware of what has happened at the NDC. All they want to do is to scrap the OSP. But you see, we have said that, yes, in as much as imperfections exist in law, we might have done our best, but there are some imperfections which we admit. But the imperfection is not enough for you to scrap it, just as the COSs are saying. So I am seconding what the COSs are doing, and our party position is also that the OSP must not be touched. But to end on this matter, somebody would ask, if you say the OSP should not be touched, since when did you know that? Were you not against Kise Jabeng? Were you not against this person? Yes. That position hasn't changed. President Obama, when he was in Ghana, said something that builds stronger institutions and not strong men. And our position has been, if a personality ought to be put right, let's put the personality right. Look, I'm on record to have said that this series of press conferences by Kise Jabeng sometime, for me, is needless. You have been closed with the work to investigate. Build a case, proper case, go to court with it. I am on press conference, I am this, I am that, I am going to do next. If you are not careful, people will read meanings into it that would actually let your persona be questionable, and when your persona is questionable, it goes to the institution. But our position is that the OSP must not be touched as a result of the reason being that Attorney General is supposed to issue a fiat. Because when you read the law, Section 4 is very clear. Okay? Section 4.1 talks about how they shouldn't be controlled, put under control. Section 4.2 talks about how he's supposed to get his what? Authority from Attorney General before he can prosecute. It's as simple as that. It's clear. And I've shown the judge hinge on Section 4.2 to give his ruling, which of course is very unambiguous. People say that it is a constitutional flaw. For me, he wasn't interpreting the law, he was applying the law. That's my position.
Okay.
He was applying the law. So clearly, what I want to say is that with a great deal of respect to the President of the Republic of Ghana, we call on him to intervene, just as he did in Parliament. He should continue if he has that particular position in him that want to fight corruption. Instruct Dominic Ayine and his team to calm down, look at how we can issue an executive fiat, which is the executive instrument, clothe the OSP with his powers, let him continue with his job. Otherwise, I will continue to say that the NDC wants to preach virtue and practice vice in public.
Let me come to you, Honorable Fred Agbenyo there. And I mean, the last point he ends on is one that some critics have pointed to, that the simpler way out of all of this was for the AG to simply have given the OSP the fiat. Now, the OSP has basically, they are not able to do their work. In fact, this week, we've counted at least 3 cases that couldn't move anywhere because either the courts have decided that, well, because of the processes that the OSP have filed challenging that decision, they are going to hold on till that is done. In 2 of the cases, there was one internally that the judge said that, well, the judgment is just not ready. But 2 of the cases, we know that they simply came to a standstill because of that. I mean, if government is not against the office and thinks that the legal framework is a problem, is giving him the fiat not the fastest resolution out of this?
Well, thank you very much. Let me say good morning to our curious viewers and my colleagues around the table. Today is the first time meeting Prof. Sometimes it's difficult to debate our colleagues in MPP. And I've always said that all of us are Ghanaians. We must seek the interest of this country at all material times. It is not on every subject that we must become partisan, right? Something that concerns Ghana, something that will better our lot as a people. We should be able to come around a table and discuss it dispassionately, taking away our, partisan lenses and all that. But when you hear the argument that he makes and the way he goes about it, then you are compelled, given the opportunity, to toe the same line or to respond to him. Then the main issue now is set aside. It is important to correct a few things. That the NDC came and then they attempted to remove the electoral commissioner. Why? Is it the first time any attempt was made by any government in this country to remove electoral commissioner? If for anything at all, the first time electoral commissioner was removed from office in this country was under their watch. Or Charlotte Ose was a farmer. Or she was a market woman in Mokola. She didn't work with electoral commission. And who removed her from office? So MPP can do whatever they like, but others cannot when the same facts and reason is adduced. You see, this superiority mentality is a problem I have with them. It's a problem I have with them. They can do whatever they like. They can touch whichever institution they want to touch. Nobody must open his mouth. Nobody must complain. But when we attempt to do same, then they take a very pious position. I disagree completely with the Chief Justice on the decision that they couldn't establish a prima facie against the current Electoral Commission. I disagree. It's not a position I hold and I believe. In my candid view, the Electoral Commission doesn't need to remain in office even up to today. I represent the people of Sandro Kofi Akpafo.
That's where he was come from.
Yes. Yes. It caused us pain. Yes, it caused us pain. It treated us as though we are secondary citizens in our own country. Can you allow me? Can you allow me, please? It treated us as though we are secondary citizens in our own country. By fiat, he denied us representation in the 8th Parliament. What reason again do you want? What law, on what law was that decision taken by her? And so if the Chief Justice comes out to tell us today that they cannot establish a prima facie to go ahead and remove the woman, I disagree with him. Some of us have to return home to talk to the young people, to talk to the opinion leaders, to talk to the chief, to calm them down. You think our people are happy? Is it because it is us? Is it because it is us? If he, the Chief Justice, was affected same, would that have been their position? We treat some citizens the way we like and treat others the way we like. And you come and sit here and pontificate and say the kind of things we are saying. That they remove the former Chief Justice. Why? Are we not governed by law? Is this not the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana? Didn't the Constitution of this country provide for that even a president could be removed from office? Is it not the case? So if the same law has been applied, is it not the same person who told us that the law is the law is the law? And so if the same law has been applied, why are you complaining? Why are you complaining? Why are you crying? Let us be fair to the facts. You see, the OSP, sometimes we don't help ourselves as people. When you are making a law and your target is an individual, your target is a group of people, and the law is not made in such a way that it can live for a very long time, this is a problem that you encounter. Long before the establishment of the OSP, we have argued in this country that the Ministry of
the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, we need to look at it and decouple it. That the same Attorney General cannot be the Minister of Justice. This is an argument that we have made time with that number. And so when the opportunity came, under President Akufo-Addo, and if indeed the intention was to solve that problem, so that we have a Minister of Justice that can give justice to all Ghanaians, regardless of their political affiliation, their creed, their whatever it is, why didn't you do it and do it well? Why didn't you do it and do it well? The OSP that was created, the agenda was one. Because they are told the people of this country that the former NDC administration was involved in wrongdoing. And so let's create a vehicle targeting at the people who serve in that administration. That was the number one purpose for which the OSP office was put together. And when they finished, quickly they appointed one of us, whom they know very well, that were fighting at the time, Mr. Martin Amidu, to become the leader. In their minds, he is going to go after NDC functionaries. And that is how that law came into being. By the time Mr. Amidu was leaving office, what did he say, even about the president himself? How did he describe the president who set up the office of the special prosecutor to fight corruption? My brother, we have too many institutions we have created in this country with one objective, to fight corruption. It is becoming very clear to me that creating of institutions alone is not the solution to fighting corruption. The citizenry must come to that point when they will say that this canker is affecting our society and that we are ready and willing to move away from it. And when I talk about the citizenry, right from the very top to the last person, in our actions, in our activities and everything. Otherwise, we can create 1 million institutions. If it's the person that you appoint to head these institutions themselves are corrupt, how can they fight corruption? How can the point I'm making? If the persons that you appoint, why? We have Yoko, we have CID, we have BNI, now they call it NIB, the national, what don't we have? We have all these institutions. We can continue to duplicate and create more. The question is, if you go and do the research, can we say conclusively that with the coming into being of the special prosecutor, corruption issues have been resolved in this country? Now you are creating the law. If your agenda is that you are decoupling the Ministry of Justice from Attorney General, or you are setting up independent prosecutor, why don't you, even in doing that in the law, give them all the prosecutorial powers in their acts? Why do you create the lacuna you have created that created all this confusion today?
So but government has the option of curing it at this point in time.
Yes, I'm saying that. So the one who initiated the process, the one who started the process, why did you create the lacuna at that point?
But now it exists. That's where we find ourselves now.
You see, it is important that in dealing with these issues, you go to the root of it to help our people to understand. And that is why when I made the point earlier that the setting up of that office was not meant necessarily to solve a problem in this country. The agenda was to target a particular group of people. And that is why they could deliberately create that kind of lacuna. That is why deliberately they did what they did. And so, for me, every institution must grow beyond the personalities that occupies at any point in time. Kwesi Ajabin is not the institution of OSP. No. He will work there, he will exit, somebody else must come and work. But the law, the act, must be such that anybody that you pull there is able to work and work well. Since he has come into office, you can agree or disagree. Apart from occasionally, in a Rambo style, they take cars, they go to somebody's home, they come and organize a press conference, they make noise about it and blah, blah. What really, tangibly can we see and say and speak to that since that office was created, this is what it has done for Ghana? Tell me. Tell me, give me evidence.
So it's fair to say that the current government, you have issues with the OSP.
It's not about the current government. It's not about every well-meaning Ghanaian who think that
including
corruption.
The current government.
Everybody, all of us, including you.
So is the reason the CSOs are saying that?
Sorry, Kamal.
Is the reason the CSOs are saying that the president needs to state the official government position on this matter once and for all?
Why? Parliament is an arm of government. Some colleagues in government felt that the current OS as we have it is not something that will help us. And so they were initiating, a move for us to look at either repealing it. I felt others who argue and say that the president in law cannot ask Parliament to do or not to do. Do you understand? That will amount to interfering with what? The parliamentary work.
Okay.
And so if Parliament decides, or some members of Parliament decide that this is the way to go, we will do that regardless.
Okay.
The President Mahama has never anywhere said he's not interested in we having a special prosecutor's office. He has never said that. That is why when even my colleagues took that decision, he made the intervention that he made. And so if you sit back today and ask me that President should come and state the official position, which position do you want him to state? Which official position? Which official position are you expecting the President to state at this point?
Okay.
We are saying that the people who created the office didn't create the office in good faith. They didn't create the office so it can help Ghana solve a problem. And that is where we are now.
All right.
I agree with you when you argue that yes, we are now presented with the opportunity to correct whatever mistake that might have been made. But don't make it look as though those who are criticizing or those who disagree are wrong.
All right.
In a democracy, people must be allowed to express their views and opinion on a matter. So the fact that I disagree with Ebo on a matter doesn't mean that I am wrong and he, Ebo, is right. Based on the facts available to me and my well view of the subject matter, I can take a position.
Okay.
People within NDC can say, you know what, this OSP, we don't want it. Some other people within NDC will say, this OSP, we like it. People within NPP, some will say they like it, others will say they don't like it. That is democracy.
Okay.
But where are you trying to make it to land? To look as though anybody who disagrees or who thinks that the OSP should not remain in its current form is against the fight of against corruption. Why do you make that argument? Is that the only institution that is fighting corruption in this country? Okay. And as I asked earlier, show me evidentially what they have been able to achieve in terms of fighting corruption since they came into the office was established. And so please, let's stop this sentimental argument. We are fighting corruption. Why? You created the office, you became more corrupt than ever. The first person you appointed described you as the mother serpent of corruption.
Okay.
So the office that you created, how did he even, prevent or guide you yourself from being corrupt?
Okay. All right. Let me come to Ebo now. And Ebo, 1 week on.
Yeah, still talking about the same
issue. And
I just saw somebody.
Interesting points made by Honorable there. What do you make of all that has transpired so far? Is it necessary? The CSO say that the president, because when you listen to those in government and those connected to government, it appears in one way or the other, they are not happy with the work that Kisei Jabin has done so far. You can't miss that at all. It's in there one way or the other. That point comes up quite strongly.
Yeah. Let me say good morning to our viewers and my colleagues here. And indulge me to, yesterday was my firstborn's birthday.
Okay.
Yes. Kojo Amonu Bachman.
I play his MPP.
Yes, and Nana, this one is coming from Daddy, a special one. Happy birthday, belated one. And let me also say special good morning to Mr. Frank Hatch for Ogo Akoto, the owner of Hatchland City and Hatchland Beach. Mr. Frank Hatchful, good morning to you this morning. And let me say this. You see, you made a mistake. The day Mr. Martin Amedu described Nana Akufo-Addo as the mother serpent of corruption, you should have demonstrated in this country to scrap that office, of the office of the OSP. We should have known from the very beginning that this office was going to be a problematic office. It was not established with good intentions. I've said it here, time and again. Because we can't have an office whose mandate is to prevent corruption as well. Yet, and the MPP, the kind of corruption we had is unprecedented in the history of this country. So why the office? The day I heard Kiseh Jabin say that when Xenophobic was running away, he saw him leave, but he was powerless to stop him. I said, this office is needless. Last week, I made a statement here. I said that office is superfluous in the sense that what we need is an independent body, independent anti-corruption body that cannot be controlled by Attorney General, that cannot be controlled by the President. That is the only way we can effectively fight corruption. But let me come to the issue. You see, if you look at the topic we are to discuss, they say CSOs demand President Mahama backs off OSP case. On one hand, the President should back off. On another hand, the President should make intervention.
Understand it, though.
I should understand what? This is, on one hand, they say the President should back off. On another hand, they say the President should intervene. So what are we talking about here? In any case, let's be honest. If the President has ever made any public statement in relation to this issue of OSP, it is when he said the people who wanted to take this matter, who wanted to start a process in Parliament to scrap this office, it was the President who asked them to stop that. That is the only public statement or public action that we've seen the President taking. Apart from that, what has the President done? Has the President made any public statement or has he taken any action that suggests interference so far? No. So why this call? Why this call by the CSOs? I mean, we are dealing with an issue that is fundamentally legal and institutional. And the President cannot control issues that are in court. The President cannot control issues that are in Parliament. We are practicing separation of powers. So we should allow the laws of the land to run their natural course. So I don't see the CSOs, what they are trying to achieve with this. In any case, are they really happy with the kind of office we have? The special prosecutors, are they really happy with the kind of office, how it is structured? Are they really happy? I mean, so let's be honest. If you are discussing this issue, as much as possible, let's be dispassionate about it. All of us want to fight corruption successfully. You see, Kamadin said something very ironic. MPP passed the Public Procurement Act, this Financial Management Act, this office, OSP, whistleblowing, you can mention them. All of them are geared towards anti-corruption activities, right? Yet, under Akufo-Addo Bawumia, corruption was the highest ever in the history of this country. So what are you talking about? So my position is very clear, and that's the position of the United Party. That if we really want to fight corruption successfully, let's touch the Constitution. Let's look at the provisions of the Constitution that we can touch to make this fight against corruption so efficient and successful. We can't have a situation where, as we speak, the OSP feels so big to request for authorization. The Attorney General also feels you have to ask before I give you. Then, as somebody will say, you koya na you buy. So we have a very serious case before us because we have money. People have stolen. People have stolen from us. People have really stolen from us. Look at the national service issue. And there's now confusion. Look at MPA Mustafa Ahmed issue. Look at Xenophobic and his people. People have stolen from us. We need to recover. Look at what we are doing as a nation. This one goes to court. I'm appealing. Instead of you to just write, okay, you said I should ask for the authorization. I'm writing for the authorization so that I can continue. You said, no, I'm going to appeal. I mean, does it make sense to anybody? And instead of the CEOs to be talking about this, to be asking Kiseh Jabin to write to Attorney General to ask for that authorization, also what you're going to do. You see, you should be serious in this country. Honestly speaking, sometimes I get fed up. I get fed up. Oh, Ghana. Ghana. It's so sad. It's so sad. So, yes, we have said that what we need is let's touch the Constitution and make our anti-corruption office truly an independent office. Let the occupier of that office be someone who is not appointed by the president, who takes his or her prosecutorial powers directly from the constitutions. Let's consolidate all our legislations, anti-corruption legislations. They are all scattered. One case, you don't know whether it's supposed to be handled by Shraj, supposed to be handled by Yoko. I mean, there's confusion all over the place. So why don't we consolidate all our anti-corruption legislation into one comprehensive legislation? Why don't we also collapse all our institutions? Confusion all over the place. Sometimes I ask myself, so Attorney General is handling this case, and OSP is handling this case. I mean, the same case couldn't Attorney General have handled them, or couldn't OSP? So there's always confusion as which case should be handled by who. Why don't you collapse all the institutions into one anti-corruption institution? So that that's what happened in a matter of the past case will never happen again. That an institution will start a prosecution, then say, no, it doesn't fall within my ambit anymore. So now it goes to another person's office. Confusion all over the place. I mean, the CSOs, if they have something to say, something to do for this country in respect of our fight against corruption, they should rather sit down and see how we can touch the Constitution. The process, the constitutional review process is still ongoing, isn't it? You should go back and look at articles and provisions in the Constitution that can be touched to make corruption so expensive in this country. For me, that should be the way forward. I don't like the way things are going. Everybody is showing off power here. OSP is showing off power. I mean, it is so clear. When I read Section 4.2, as Kamadin said, it's so clear that what that provision connotes is express authorization, not implied authorization. No. Express. It says, subject to Clause 4 of Article 88 of the Constitution, the office, referring to the OSP, office for the purposes of this act be authorized by the Attorney General. This is express authorization. It is not implied authorization. So if your OSP, you think that you really want to fight corruption, and the issue is, I don't have authorization, what do? I apply for authorization. I don't go to court to appeal, and the whole thing is that we can't have two, if you like, bodies doing the same thing when the Constitution has not been touched. Article 88 for the Constitution has not been touched. So let's do the right thing, solve our corruption problems, and move forward as a nation. In fact, look, now cases have been adjourned because of this case. Just think about it. So if the gentleman had not gone to court and this judgment had not come, but we allow these cases to go on for 5 years, 6 years. After that, somebody takes it to court. Maybe the accused person takes it to court. After all, the person who is handling my case doesn't have authorization to do that. Then we go back and start all over again. It is even good that now we know, after just 1 year, some 3 months or 4 months, that this issue is problematic. Let's solve it once and for all, so that when we move forward, there will be clarity as to who is empowered or who is close to handle what kind of cases in this country. I think that's the way we should go.
Prof, I mean, what's your own reading of all that is playing out? I mean, Ebo's last but one point about what the seeming power play. I mean, because the obvious quickest solution, the decision has been, at least we are in the second week of the decision. If the OSP had made a request for authorization, it would have meant that this week their cases that they are prosecuting would have proceeded. On the other hand, if the Attorney General had said that, well, I'm also giving you the authorization, the cases would have proceeded as well.
Well, Snella, thank you so much, and my regards to all watching us and listening to us, and to the team in studio. Good morning. Yeah, so I will start from where Ebo ended on the issue of common targeting. I heard this word first somewhere in 2011 when I was called to join a team of consultants to put together kind of a system that would commonly target poverty, because before then, there was a lot of interventions from government, from private, from development partners, all seeking to target poverty. but each one was doing it his own way, and we were called together to come up with a framework called the Common Targeting Mechanism. We were meeting somewhere in the Shire Hills, somewhere. And I thought the idea was brilliant because there are some people perceived to be poor, and if you don't take care, they would end up receiving the responses to poverty and all those things. It's like pouring your resources at one place at the expense of people uncaptured. And so back and forth. Today we have a well-organized system, and it is being supervised by the Ghana Households Registry at the Ministry of Gender. And every attempt at fighting poverty is directed through that end. And so you can measure periodically people who are living the poverty line, people who are living and the people whose situation are being maybe worse off or something. Then we change the strategy at responding to those poverty. We are here talking about corruption, and Ebo mentioned several institutions all seeking to fight corruption. And I think we can do something like that. And unfortunately, we are discussing this because the institutions are becoming, their focus is diverting. President Kufuor will tell you, they seriously don't have any results to show, but we hear of their actions and pomposity. They are all over the place with nothing to show. As for my position on the OSP, I'm sure, lawyer, you know. I think that over the period, the resources we've injected into the system, the OSP structure and architecture, we seriously are the position of losses. we have not broken even, not to talk of making profit or sin. I know state institutions are not meant to be profit-making. But check it out. From 2023, they've received budgetary allocations in excess of 130 million on the average. Recently, they were given 147 million Ghana cedi. Compensations alone over 78 or 79 million. An increment, when you check, the things are there. It is in the documents of the finance ministry, the budgets that we keep reading. You see the compensations, and year on year, they receive increment like most state institutions receive. But sincerely speaking, my position is that we've not gotten any benefit from them. They will come and tell you, we got some 100,000 yesterday, we got some 20,000. We have invested all these amounts of money. That's my first position with the OSP. But not to say the OSP is not an important office. My first position is that it comes along with some other institutions that appear to be targeting the same canker called corruption. And if they will not focus on the corruption bit and silently work and give us results, but they will be showing off the powers that we see them show, the Rambo-style things, and it ends up nowhere, then it calls for some of these things that is happening. But I also think that perhaps the Attorney General can also advise. Attorney General is the umbrella, and it is proper that every case being prosecuted on behalf of the state must be under the Attorney General. That is proper. In fact, I'm even not all for the special prosecutor getting kind of a clear line of prosecution, especially in matters concerning the state. If you don't take the state in the hands of a private man,
a very powerful person, who
would be absolutely. So there must be some level of checks and control. The same mindset that guides the fact that our water, electricity, some basic things should not be handed over to the private man entirely. I think that we don't have to get to the point where prosecution on behalf of the state will be completely in the hands of an independent, so-called independent. What is independence? Independence should be, especially in the case of OSP, in my view, should be anchored on the sanctity of their investigations. Their strength, if you ask me, should be in the, I don't know whether they take the prosecution bit more important because it is captured in their name, but to investigate corruption and corruption-related offenses, for me, should be their key. So that if we are in court and you need assistance of the AG, or the AG wants to even help in the prosecution of the case in court and all those things, the solid nature of the investigation before the court would secure us conviction. But they too go to court, and they too fail in many of the cases that they have prosecuted. And so I think that the state we are in it's not too bad a state. They shouldn't take it personal. The office should not take it personal. After all, if you don't feel like taking permission from the Attorney General before you prosecute your cases, if you feel too big to take that permission, you do the investigation bit. They were given funding to do the recruitment of fine investigators and all those things, Israeli-trained investigators and all that. You do that, have that as your strength, and then prepare the dockets and everything. And even if you don't have to personally be in court or your officers don't have to be in court to do the prosecution, you have still done your bit. That will help prevent corruption or perhaps help us win in the fight against corruption. That, for me, should be his focus. But the politics of it, I think, comes in based on the way the politicians go about it. They preempt something to happen to whatever public office in question. And so when they get the opportunity and you see those things they preempted, they pre-stated, unfolding, then that is where the politics comes in. So the politicians should not also make it look like they are not part of the problem. They are part of the problem. The removal of a public officer from office, whoever you are, once it is based on the Constitution, should not create any chaos. But if before you came into power, you were consistently preempting that this person is our number one person to remove.
It's an agenda.
And you come and it's the same way for Charlotte. I'm not saying this for one. It's not one side. But you hear the politicians. So my advice to the politicians would be that, why? Keep the things you intend to do. Yes. Once it comes out, whether you use the law or you didn't use the law, once the events you had preempted starts unfolding.
But before the elections, to be fair, the government didn't say anything about the OSP. I didn't hear. With regards to the OSP in this instance.
The government, as in the NDC government.
Yes.
There was no NDC government at that time. So it was individuals representing the government that were speaking.
So for instance, if you pick the president, we know that with regards to the judiciary, he had complained about how the judiciary were handling things. So you can make reference to that. But with regards to the OSP, in fact, the OSP was actually investigating him before the NDC, before the elections.
Yeah.
The OSP came out with this findings.
As for the OSP thing, I think they brought what is happening on themselves. So as for the OSP, my position is very, very consistent.
I'm saying that OSP as an institution or the...
Let us not decouple. And I respect the position of President Obama on the fact that we build strong institutions and not strong individuals. But the institutions are going to be managed by some individuals whose actions and inactions are going to weaken or strengthen that institution. In fact, when I assumed the position of the director in charge of research and innovation at my university, it was not doing too well. The previous directors have done their bit, but the VC told me point blank in my face that if during your tenure we don't see a drastic change, a better change, I am going to be forced with no option than to close down that directorate. And it was a serious challenge to me. Started with low-hanging fruit, started yielding results. There must be some results.
Something to show.
Yeah, something to show. So low-hanging fruits. I took office in somewhere September. By December, I could report to the VC some low-hanging successes I have chalked. And it gave him hope that, with the support of the university, maybe things can turn around. And I can say with much pride that a lot of things have happened that has made the center one of the best centers of research and innovation in Ghana and across the globe. We have contributed to the university's ranking and a lot of things. And now the center is doing very, very well. What I'm saying is that there are low-hanging issues that today, even if OSP cannot report on some high-level successes, it should be able to report on some low-hanging issues that are also equally important. Little drops of water would have made a mighty ocean by now. If you had one case, two, case three, you and I can't recall any such low-hanging successes. And the last time I mentioned it, I think on this platform or elsewhere, somebody sent in that they have won some 100,000 somewhere. Senior, you are giving 150 million budget. And you have, so please, as for the OSP, I have my own position. I don't hate him as the individual, but I think that they've not given us any serious value for the investment we made. Maybe it's because of the interference or whatever, if some exist. But get to the point where you, the OSP, you would be focusing and reporting to us some level of successes and not the direction it took, the lamentation, blah, blah, blah. Senior, my position on the OSP, that one is different. But what I'm saying is that sometimes the germane issues get taken away by the politics because we have the politicians way in opposition preempting what is happening, what they will do, and blah, blah. So when you come and you say, I'm using Article 146 or whatever of the Constitution to do what I'm doing, we can't take politics out of it. So that's my position on the matter. I just hope that whatever is happening between the AG and the OSP, as for the OSP's office, it has not been touched. The AG is saying that I do prosecution on behalf of the state and that you must draw your prosecutorial powers from me through a permission or something. If that has not been happening, I think it is supposed to be done. It is enshrined in law, and until the law is changed, that is the way the OSP will have to go through to get his prosecutions executed. And this should not be any serious or important thing or worrying.
Okay. Come on, 1 minute, you made some notes. Yes.
I made some notes. You see, this idea of Frederick Banyon and Ebo painting the picture out there. The most corrupt government under our dispensation was the MPP government.
It's true.
Look, let me tell you, it's a big lie. Why is it a big lie? What has oral turned into now? Okal.
The index is there.
I'm saying, what has oral turned into now? It has turned into Okal.
What is Okal?
Okal is Operation Clear All Loot. All looters, I should say. Operation Clear All Looters. They have come.
Your patriots are being prosecuted all over the place.
No. Listen, what did they tell us with oral? Sensationalism. Okudeta Blakwa is on record to have told us, on this yourself, we watch him severally, that some $21 billion was going to be recovered. That was the way they raised the hopes of Ghanaians. Lied through their teeth that they had dossiers. It took the AG to come and tell us that it was garbage. It took even a member of oral, former Auditor General, to say that what they gathered were garbage. So when you come and sit here and lie that we were corrupt, and you cannot even prove we are governed by law, so nobody in this country is not governed by the Constitution and other laws that we have in this country. Okay. So you can sit here and then say what you want to say. Where is oral? We keep asking you. Where is the 21 billion you promised us? Okay. Now, the president's intervention, he says what? When Mahama Yaruga and the Femako attempted to introduce their bill, the president said that they should not introduce that bill. And that alone was a show of goodness. And that alone is a commitment. Look, I call it a PR gimmick. What happened to the sole sourcing document that he has called for?
Okay.
When he said, hey, Road Minister, bring your report. This person, what has happened? Silent. The sole sourcing, whatever is going on. Okay. We are quiet. And you want to call people corrupt? Okay. Look at Kettle calling people black.
Okay. Ebo, 1 minute.
So on the CSOs, I think their call on the president to back off is premature. It is presumptuous. I mean, they should focus on something that is important. They should advise.
That's what is important to them.
They should advise Kisei Jabin to just apply for the authorization so that we can move forward. But in any case, let me say this. You see, are you telling me that it is for nothing that Xenophobic has run away?
Well, run away to where?
No, he's not asking your question. He's not asking your question.
Your former finance minister has run away.
I'm saying that. I ran away to where?
Then should come back.
Even the person you have convicted. Where is he?
So you had your time. Let me have my time. You had your time. Let me have my time.
Don't come and sit here and then.
Are you saying that the national service? So the loot at national service.
I am saying
as a Ghanaian, you should be concerned that taxpayers' money can be looted in such a manner.
Don't come and sit here and call people corrupt when they are not corrupt.
But the corruption cases, let me tell you, Ghanaians, let me tell you this. If Kamal steals this phone from me right now, if
Ego steals, we don't use
Okay. If I steal your phone right now, everybody sees I've stolen the phone. According to the laws of Ghana, I have not stolen your phone unless the court says I've stolen your phone. So if you go to court and the judge says Ebo never stole the phone, it is the judge's decision that will stand, not the fact that I stole the phone. Everybody saw me stealing the phone. National service case. Look at what is that.
Are you saying that the figures? Have you heard the new revelation? Have you heard
the consequence you have given out?
Have you heard the seen the current revelation from National Service?
Your party, the only consequence your party had.
But why is not
the only consequence that your party had actually issued to their members.
Me, my party, UP, we have not issued any statement. So the point is, so let me quickly land on this. So when you see, I get so passionate when you talk about corruption.
Yes, of course.
Because I know what corruption has done to this country, not you MPP.
All of us.
Okay.
Your corruption is still unprecedented.
Okay,
in the issue of this country.
1 minute.
I don't know
and
why.
And you've turned into Okal, you are now.
I don't know why Kamal is getting wetter. The subject.
That's how I am. That's how I am.
I don't know why I'm getting wetter.
That's how I am.
Edu said I should. Edu sent a message I should tell you to calm down. You're sweating in the air condition. He said you should calm down. Edu Tabak.
You have 10 hours to Okal.
Tell him to keep quiet.
Yes.
BP is around the corner. Just calm down. As for the subject of corruption and where MPP stands with it is not for me to say. It's a common knowledge. Even the child on the street knows that when we are talking about a political organization that loots, that amass, that takes that we belong to the state for themselves, it is your tradition. And you demonstrated that in power for the past 8 years. And so you can scream, you can somersault, you can shout, you can dive into the sea. The fact is that you did more harm to this country in the past 8 years than has ever happened to us in any democracy. You did more harm to this country. You did more harm. You see, sometimes democracy is so painful. And so if you don't take time, you ask yourself, what is this thing that we call a democracy? You understand?
Okay.
Yes. You sit there and ask, what do we call this? See, no, but let me just land. Because like Ebo rightly said, you saw a man stealing a phone, right? It is obvious. Camera captured him. But per the law, per our democracy, this person must be taken to court. You go and come today, the case adjourned, the case is this and that and that and that and that. Finally, the judge comes to there and say, well, the evidence you have put in the sense of the evidence before me. Can you allow me to make my point?
Come on.
On the sense of the evidence, in the sense of the evidence before me, in the sense of the evidence before me, if I didn't steal the Ghanaians saw what they did. Ghanaians saw with their eyes. The thievery, the bare corruption. But you see, I know, and I've been saying this to NDC leadership every day. We can build all the roads. We can build all the schools. We can build all the hospitals. We can build whatever it is. If we don't allow these people to face justice, Ghanaians will blame us. But again, do you want President Mahama to interfere in the court system? Perhaps like President Kufuor will do in the case of Chatuji Kata. When he will go and pass the court so he can get a verdict. Is that what President Mahama to do? And so that is the difficulty we have. You understand? So when they talk about corruption, don't scream, don't shout. Hear words. The fact is that is why you are. That is what you represent.
Thank you. Prof, you have 10 seconds. No one is fighting with you, so you have less time.
Yes. On the issue of corruption, it's along some of the key issues that politicians use to accuse one another to pave way for them to come to power. If the promises politicians gave us on corruption and retrievals, if all of them were judiciously, not this particular, several years, it happens every other year. But lawyer, you are here. What I'm saying is that now everybody accusing somebody of corruption knows very well that it will go through the court system. And sometimes you see them, like you said, President Kufuor will try to, I don't know, you and I were not there. We didn't see President Kufuor trying to pack but whatever, the judiciary system would like to do, If it is going to take something like that for this current administration to also prove that all the corruption accusations that were being laid are true, let's have that. Because personally, I'm getting worried that, and I know the law, the wheels of justice will have to grind somehow slowly, so I'm not at the point of disappointed yet. But I think that they still must up their game in the course of the corruption accusations and how the courts are dragging its feet. I'm following some of the cases and the way it's going. I'm not too happy about it. If it doesn't end well, then it will appear and confirm the fact that perhaps it was just being used as a way into power. Like previous governments have all used corruption. They use their issues. Corruption, you know them. You can list some of them. Corruption, maybe energy, maybe this one, maybe that. So we pray that. So one day we'll come and sit here, and based on some of the convictions we have done, will confirm the fact that there were some corruptions.
All right.
Isn't it even interesting?
All right.
Like the AG say he's overwhelmed.
Come on, it's okay. So that is all time would allow us this morning. Yes, that's all time would allow us this morning.
That watches you every morning.
Yes.
Augustina and his team, they are inspectors.
Okay.
Their boss, Banini, and everybody is present. They are watching you.
Okay.
Good morning to
Good morning to all of them. Good morning to all of them.
You understand?
Big issue is always sponsored by the University of Gold Coast. Whether you are, I'm coming. Let me make some money first. Whether you are aiming for a specialist MBA in marketing, communication, operations, supply chain, human resource, management, finance, entrepreneurship, innovation, or business intelligence analytics, or you want to advance through our dual MBA or chartered manager MBA, University Gold Coast gives you options that match your vision. And if your next step is an MSc in international relations, communication, international marketing, international law, security diplomacy, accounting, finance, or human resource management, an LLM in international law, security diplomacy, or an MA in biblical studies, practical theology, the pathway is open. April admission is now open as well. You can apply today because at University of Gold Coast, we make it practical, flexible learning and flexible entry as well as payments plan. You can study around your work and life and choose a route that fits your background. You can also pay in installments as well. Your dream deserves structure. Your future deserves strategy. Your purpose deserves some training as well. You can apply now at www.ugc.edu.gh or you can call or WhatsApp on 026-388-8555. University of Gold Coast, building leaders for the nations. My guests this morning have been Kamaldeen Abdullah. He is with the New Patriotic Party. Ebo Bakman is Deputy Communications Director, the United Party.
The bypass, because of my son's birthday.
Okay.
This evening, let's meet at the bypass.
The bypass.
Along
Okay.
Gampa Road.
Okay. We've heard you. And
special places. Yet you are calling somebody for
Fred Agbenyo is. Fred Agbenyo is MP for the Guan constituency. He also joined us in the studio. Professor Smart Sapon is with Research at KST. He also joined us in the studio. This morning, I should have seen the signs. You know, they were fighting before we came on air. I should have seen the sign from that point in time. But it went on into the show. But it's all what time would allow us. Some.
Why would you fight if you are one?
Some special birthdays. My producers have asked me to do this, so I would have to do it. This one is Nana Adokuma, the first of Ahwease Equiapim. Sugarcane is Ahwease. Okay, Ahwease, that's what I'm being told. Nana Adokuma, the first of Ahwease Equiapim. Happy birthday to you. Another one here that I need to also do as well. When the producers give instructions, I have to follow it. So we'll just do that quickly and we'll go. This one
happy birthday to the
is happy birthday to Asaki Samson Awingobet. Asaki Samson Awingobet. Happy birthday to you. I think you are with the Importers and Exporters Association. Happy birthday to you. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. Happy birthday. It's his birthday as well.
Belated national happy
birthday to you.
Yesterday, 107 years.
107 years. Happy birthday. Belated happy birthday to you. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
I do have in the studio with me Assistant Commissioner Customs Laboratory, Samuel Akufi. Good morning to you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Beatrice.
Of course, I also do have with us a Senior Revenue Officer, Desmond Selom Akbaku, Customs Technical Services Bureau. So it's great to have you as well. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Beatrice.
Yes.
Thanks for inviting us
to
the show.
Sure, thank you for coming. Perhaps I can start with you, Mr. Akufi. If you can tell us really what the Publican AI is, first of all, before we even go to the benefits as regards to the benefits to customs operations.
Thank you very much. In summary, the Publican AI is a decision support tool for the work that we do in terms of risk analysis, and everything that customs does behind the scenes, just to say welcome when you bring your goods to the ports or when you are taking it out of the ports as well. So we do a lot of things behind the scenes, and this is a tool that uses artificial intelligence, and it's based on big data and data analytics so that we can quickly process your work. So it's a trade facilitation tool, simply to help us facilitate legitimate trade.
Legitimate trade, you say, but if you can break it down a bit more for us, when you say it's a decision support tool, that the Publican AI makes the decision finally after you've done the background work, if you can break it down for us.
Thank you. So to be very clear, Publican does not make the decision finally. Now, this is what happens. Anybody who intends to bring anything into the country or you intend to do trading using Ghana's borders, you are required to make a declaration. Let's pick an import, because majority of trade that happens in Ghana is imports. Anybody who wants to import any item, we have the Integrated Customs Management System, or the ICUMS, where that software is made available to the clearing agencies, and once you key in information to us, customs is required to do a number of things. Where are the items coming from? Who is the exporter? Which vessel brought it into the country? Who is the importer? And we profile everybody. So at the beginning, let me just say that our systems never forget, and we keep a lot of data. So customs sits on a gold mine of data regarding the profile of every item in international trade. Now, anytime you bring in an item, like I said, we have to check all these things. Additionally, we check the country of origin or the origin of the goods, because some goods coming from certain regions enjoy preferential rates. If you are coming from the ECOWAS region or from the Africa region, you know that the taxes there's usually duty-free, quota-free that applies. So we need to ascertain the origin of the items. But first of all, what is the identity of the items that you are bringing in? We need to also independently verify and understand what things you are bringing into the country. And then we classify them. We use the harmonized commodity description and classification system. At the same time, we want to find out what is the value of the items to serve as a basis for tax. So, for instance, you are bringing in a food item. Is there an outbreak of a disease in the origin, in the place where the thing is coming from? The exporter, has the exporter been sanctioned by any international body or a national body? Are they under investigations for some things? What information is available on it? Even the vessel that it is coming into the country, what is the vessel known for? What are the security risks around the vessel? And then you, the person bringing the items in, as well as the items themselves, because some items can have dual uses. We have one chemical I'll just mention, pentaerythritol tetranitrate. That is used in the hospitals for heart problems, but that is also a military-grade explosive. So somebody is bringing in this item. The question we have to ask is, what is it? We are really much aware that ammonium nitrate, which is also used as a fertilizer, or potassium nitrate, or any of those chemicals, are used in various things. I mean, we use potassium nitrate to cook, we use it to make toothpaste, we use ammonium nitrate as fertilizer, but these have also been implicated in making of explosives. So the security functions of customs comes in to profile the item itself, the quantities that are coming in, who is bringing it in, what you are known for. And we do a lot of search, a lot of work and investigations behind the scenes. So to be able to process one particular bill of entry that you bring in takes a lot of time and a lot of deep research. And like I said, we sit on big data. So with the increasing demand for customs to facilitate trade in the face of increasing value and volume of goods in international trade, we had to find intelligent ways of processing the big data.
Which is why you brought the Publican AI.
That culminated into the Publican AI system that we have now.
So I'm coming to you, Mr. Akpafu, if you can tell us more about how it eventually renders how much as an importer I pay or as an exporter I pay, if you can explain it in simple terms. So if anybody is doing business at the ports, they get to understand why they get the outcomes they eventually get.
Okay, thank you so much. So the Publican AI, as my boss said, is a risk management tool that has been introduced using artificial intelligence to help customs arrive at the adequate data to value their goods. It helps us in risk management, and it also goes to help us to make our decisions very effective. So when the declarants submit their documents to customs, the AI, the Publican AI, goes beyond just the documents that that is submitted to us. It goes into their trade records, goes on global and international markets to assess and then analyze information that are provided, information on the exporter, the importer, the commodity, the origin, and then the value of the goods. And those are submitted to us. And when it is done, as my boss said, that is not the ultimate tool that we use in valuing our goods. The AI is a valuation tool that is supposed to support us in addition to other tools, valuation tools that we have, and we apply in the determination of the customs duty that someone is supposed to pay. So the AI is not the ultimate tool. We have other valuation tools that we use in valuing our goods. It's just to aid us to make effective decision making. Thank you. So aside that, customs belongs to international organizations like the WTO and then the World Trade Organization. So to ensure fairness, transparency, and equity in our evaluation processes, they present us with different methods of valuation methods that we are to apply to ensure that we arrive at our duties successfully. So that is how we arrive at our duties. And if I'm given the opportunity, we can go further and then
Please go further and just make it clear for anybody doing business at the port, just so both the customs officials, of course, with Ghana Revenue Authority, and those doing business are on the same page as regards why there is Publican AI and what they need to understand about it.
Okay. So, as I said earlier on, customs, we belong to international organizations. And then the WTO, that is the World Trade Organization, to ensure fairness, allows us to apply certain methods to the valuation of our goods. The first method that has to do with the transaction value method. The transaction value method looks at the price actually paid or payable when goods are sold for export into the country of importation, taking into consideration all adjustments that needs to be made according to the Article 8 of the General Agreement of Tariff and Trade. So that transaction value method, which is the first method or the primary or principal method of valuation, looks at the price that the importer actually paid. And this is the reason why recently some of our stakeholders are complaining that why is it that when they submit their declarations to customs, we don't accept their values as they have declared to us. The basis for accepting values, which is the method one that they want us to apply to them, has some conditions that must be met before we can go ahead and then accept your values for you. The first condition is that you must have an evidence of sale. When we say having an evidence of sale, it means that you must have the required documents like the sales contract, your SWIFT, bank transfer, your invoice, and other trade documents. That is the first condition that you need to meet before we go ahead and then we accept your value for you. Secondly, there must not be any relationship between you, the buyer, and then the seller.
What does that mean?
When we talk about relationships, one, the buyer and the seller should not be employer-employees. They should not be trade partners. They should not be family members. They shouldn't control each other. Control meaning that the other party has shares in the company of the other.
So there should not be beneficial, mutual beneficial influence, as it were.
And even if such a relationship exists, you must have proof that that does not go to affect the value that you were given when you purchased the item. The third condition is that there shouldn't be any considerations attached to the goods that you have imported. Like, let's say, buy one, get one free basis. These are conditions that can be attached to goods that are imported. And that one, too, we must be able to determine whether it also affected the price or not. There shouldn't be any restrictions as to where the goods should be sold or how the importer goes about the sale of the goods. And then finally, the seller should not benefit from any accruals from the subsequent sale or disposal of the item. So all we are saying is that if you want your transaction values to be accepted, then all you have to do is to furnish us with the adequate trade documents so that we can go ahead and work for you effectively.
Indeed. I'm coming back to you, Ms. Akofi, because people would assume that with the usage of artificial intelligence, like Publican AI, things will be faster. But there seems to be issues with BOA processing times increasing despite the application of Publican AI. Are you able to tell us why?
Yes, it's interesting where you got the source of information from, but it is good feedback for us. What happens is there's one issue here, a faithful declaration of what you have brought into the country. If you don't faithfully declare what you are bringing into the country, we will have problems. Our systems will identify it. Our officers will query it. And once we query it, we will demand that you provide us with the right information and the right documentation. What will help you have your goods processed quickly is when you provide us information like he mentioned, you provide us your invoices, your bank transfer, evidence of bank transfer or your SWIFT transfer, your credit notes, yes, the other ones. Attach it at the point of sending information to customs. What the system does is, like you say, it utilizes big data. So it gets into various databases. And I'd like to say to the attention of all our listeners, our valued listeners, that every import invariably was an export. And customs administrations, we belong to one big association, and we talk to each other under a framework of customs to customs relationship, just as we have customs to business relationship and customs to other government agencies. So we cross-reference prices and information that you give to us. If you faithfully declare to customs, then our system will mark you or flag you as green. And like I also said at the beginning, our systems don't forget. So if you keep violating some of these simple rules of clearly declaring to us, then our system remembers you as somebody who previously violated the rules or offended the rules and will spend more time on you. In fact, there are others, and we hope that these companies would come out to start talking. There are others who have had their goods facilitated by our systems because they comply. And we use 4 color codes for every trader. Red, which means we don't know you or you are a known violator. Yellow, which means that we are beginning to know you and you are complying. Green, which means that you are really compliant. And blue, where before your goods even arrive, we grant clearance. So within the spectrum of allowances, we encourage the trading community to aspire to get to the highest level, which is blue, where we can say that you are an authorized economic operator and you can do business.
In 30 seconds, if you can tell us, and perhaps I'll get your final word as well in 30 seconds, why the appeals processes are also getting longer and what are kind of assurances you give those you do business with at the ports?
We assure our partners in international business that our appeals processes are working. Once you make an appeal, attach the documents. Once you attach the documents, make sure that they match. So, for instance, if you bring a credit note or you bring any document, let's make sure that they match with IDF numbers and the rest. Where there are inconsistencies, we will ask further questions and to delay the process.
All right. Please, do you have any final word in 15 seconds?
Okay,
Our time is
so
up.
Publican AI, I would say, is not here to disrupt any trade activities. It is just to ensure that things go well. We are not here to project a perfect system. All we are requesting is that we work hand in hand with our stakeholders so that we can come up with a system that will be very beneficial to our to the country. Besides, even no matter what, we need to definitely apply an AI tool in our tax, looking at how societies are advancing now. So let's just come together and then work towards a perfect system.
Indeed. Thank you very much. Senior Revenue Officer Desmond Selom, Akpaku Customs Technical Services Bureau, and of course to you as well, Assistant Commissioner Customs Laboratory Samuel Akrofi. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us. And of course, our conversation there on Publican AI, currently operating at Ghana's port. You're still here on Newday on TV3. When we come back, we'll bring you some more conversations. Do stay with us.
Bank and Business and Financial Times are telling you, say, Mubibia Ewomo, especially for the Women in Business Dialogue series with the theme Building Market Leaders, Empowering Women-Led SMEs and Agribusiness for Inclusive and Sustainable Growth. And for that reason, this morning, Dr. Godwin Akwe, CEO Business and Financial Times, is here in studio, as well as Regina Ofori, Head Marketing and Brands, EcoBank Ghana PLC. Lady and gentlemen, you are very welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Is this the first time we are holding this women-led series?
No, it's the third time.
Okay, this one is the third one.
Yes.
And I'm told that this time around we are going all the way to Kumasi. Why Kumasi?
Right. So we started with one in Accra.
Okay.
And we are dealing with SMEs.
Okay.
And more so women. And we realized that we can't just have this in Accra, but we have to go around the country. So we'll be doing regional, representation.
Okay.
We'll go to every region. So it's a turn of Kumasi.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Let me come to Regina. Regina, from where you sit as a bank, of course, dealing with a lot of the market women or even women in SMEs in general, what are their basic needs? What do they complain about most of the times when they come to the bank? What kind of aid, what kind of assistance do they talk about most of the time?
So, as expected, when women come to the bank, they come looking for money. So, finance to support their businesses. However, when you delve deeper with them in conversations, you pick up that they need more than the money.
Okay.
So some of the things that they clearly need is really training on basic things like bookkeeping, taxation, regularizing your business, so formalizing it so that it's a formal business that is registered. So whilst they come for money, we see other opportunities that really will help them because you need that basis and those foundations to build on with the money.
Right.
So those are the things that women need, and that's why we are here working with BNFT to ensure that we're able to support that through some of our women-led programs and propositions that we have.
Great stuff. So as a bank, do you have specific products that you tailor-make to these women to make agribusiness and SME business for them, to make it easier for them?
Yes, so we have two products that I'll talk about this morning. The first one is Elevate by EcoBank. So the Elevate program is a program that we designed about 3 years ago, having worked with women over the years and also understanding their needs. So with Elevate program, there are two ends to it. So the first part is non-financial solutions we give, and of course the financial solutions because we're a bank. So the non-financial solutions, we focus more on training, networking, giving women access to market. Because again, when you look at the things they need, sometimes actually scaling, the opportunity for them to present their goods and services to more people, rich so they can get incremental business. So those are some of the things that we do on the non-financial side. The
Elevate.
Elevates. The financial side is more of giving money. And what we've done is because we know some of the pain points of women, number one, you see that women, especially in that part of the world, they actually don't have access to assets. So limited collateral and asset ownership. And therefore, even when the woman can come for a loan, sometimes because they don't have collateral, what you give them is not enough to support. So the person is asking for X, you give Y. But so what we've done through Elevate is to work on such that we take the risk as a business and we are able to actually de-risk the woman who comes in with no collateral. So today, we're able to give them collateral-free loans to help build their business because we know the issue of asset ownership. And of course, we have a Bridge in Agriculture program where we work with the Master Card Foundation. And that's an excellent one. So because we are also looking at women and agribusinesses, so Bridge in Agriculture program is basically for all in agribusiness, but focused on women and youth. And with this program, we're able to give you as low as 7% interest on the loans that you take from us. So these are some of the things that we have to support women and of course those in agribusiness. And going to Kumasi next week, we're going to help women understand more, answer their questions, and on ground support them to make sure that they're able to scale and formalize their
So is this
business.
open to only women in Kumasi or all women can attend?
Well, because it's in Kumasi, would suggest that we're looking at women in Kumasi, SMEs.
Okay.
You know, it may be micro, it may be small or medium.
Okay.
Yes, market women, those who are lettered and unlettered, all of them will be there.
Dr. Kwe, what does it take to register for this dialogue?
Right, so it's online, and we've called the database we have. So it's strictly by invitation.
Okay.
You know, but it's live streaming, you know, on our social media platforms.
Okay.
Yes.
But before even we go to Kumasi, is there any phone number or anywhere they can go for more information? Do you have that available?
Well, it's really restricted because of capacity.
Okay.
You know, yes. So if we are not careful, we'll have lots of people coming there, and we won't be able to support them. So it's virtually online for people to access and listen to.
Okay. Regina, before we go, do you think that this collaboration with the NFT has been very beneficial to EcoBank and to women as well?
Yes, it has. To EcoBank, I think for us, because it allows us to reach more women. So women who hitherto would not even have the confidence to come to banks. And we see that's also one of the things that happen to women. Because of that, they have limited access to information and some of the products and services that are available. So we are excited because it allows us to reach more people and talk to them. And to the women, yes, very beneficial. Last year, we were there in Kumasi. And we had a lot of women that today we are working with them and managing their progress as well. So we look forward to helping more women because that's really why we are on this journey with the NFT.
Great. Dr. Kwe, are we paying? Are the women paying to attend?
No, it's free.
Okay, and so where's the venue and what time are we starting?
Lancaster Hotel in Kumasi, 9 a.m. sharp.
28th.
28th.
What day is it? Is it a Saturday?
Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday.
Yes.
So next Tuesday, 8 a.m. sharp.
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Lancaster in Kumasi. At 8 a.m. I will say at Tanasi, we must be seated so that by 9 we can kick off.
Yeah.
All right. Any other information before we go, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, we encourage all to listen to this program and those who are invited to be there.
Okay.
Because it's going to be impactful, you know, in terms of empowering the startups, you know, for them to be skilled so that they'll be able to access loans or facilities from EcoBank.
Right.
You know, and also ensure that we leapfrog them to the next level that we all want our women to get to.
All right. Thank you very much, and all the best on
Thank you,
Tuesday. But Dr. Godwin Akwe is the CEO of Business and Financial Times. Regina Ofori is Head Marketing and Brand, EcoBank Ghana PLC. Thank you so much for coming this morning. We'll see you.
Thank you
in
for
Kumasi.
having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Remember that you can cash out with us this morning. If you haven't played already, the code is *439# if you're a Telecel or MTN subscriber. *439# if you're a Telecel or MTN subscriber. Please choose option 2. You're not choosing option 8 this morning. You're choosing option 2. So please choose option 2. Follow the rest of the prompt. Play, 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 and play until I start dishing out the money. Let's take a breather. When we come back, Talented Kids, the grand finale, we'll be talking about it. Stay with us. It's very difficult to tell who is going to win because the vim and vigor with the brevity they are sitting here in studio this morning is unmatched. And it's such a privilege to sit with these young ones. For 12 weeks, they battled it out, and finally, they are heading to the grand finale on Sunday. Talented kids.
Free to play.
Talented kids.
Free to play.
Okay, a round of applause for yourselves. You've done very, very well. And 5 of you are heading to the grand finale. Introduce yourself again.
Please, my name is Abdul Salam Felicia Yelkuro.
Okay, but your stage name is?
Poetlisha.
Oh, you are Poetlisha.
Yes.
And then, gentlemen, your stage name is what?
DJ Zeb.
DJ Zeb. And then you are?
Jasper.
Jasper Blue, I know your face. And then you are?
Ino the Poet.
Ino the Poet. And then?
Queen Dessa.
So you people tell me that Queen Dessa is a sleeping beauty?
Yes.
She sleeps all the time?
Yes.
Dessa, explain it to me. Why do you like sleeping like that?
I don't like sleeping. I just do it so that my confidence stays at one level. Because if I stay up, it might go down, like drop down. If I see so many people, like the crowd being like millions, my confidence will just go down entirely. I just sleep to put up the pressure.
So you sleep to shut out from the world, so that, let's say that if the confidence is at 99%, you stay there till you get on stage.
Yes.
And so now when you see the people, then it starts to come down small. So then how do you sustain that on stage whilst you're seeing the people and performing to thousands of people?
I just imagine them as my family.
Okay.
Because when I imagine them as my family, I don't stress that much.
Okay. So you are a dancer?
No.
You are a singer? Yeah. Oh, okay. And then you are a poet. Jasper, you are the dancer, right? How long have you been dancing?
I started dancing at the age of 3 years old.
3. And how old are you now?
And I'm 10.
You are 10 now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been dancing for 7 years.
Yeah.
What inspired this whole dancing business of yours?
It's the passion I had for the dance.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started dancing from 3 in front of the TV, in the bathroom. How did you discover that you were a dancer? How did you discover it?
One day my dad was playing the music. Then I realized I started moving
to the rhythm.
Wow. So by that time it was bad. So my father had to
step in to now start training you. Now, what you're saying, what you're doing, like the training. So you meant that you started from a lower level and now you are on a higher level. Yeah. And you know, dance is all about expression, right? Mm-hmm. So on the final day, what are you bringing onto the stage? How do you want to express yourself? What story are you telling with your dance expression on the grand finale?
You guys are going to perplex.
Ose, we are going to be perplexed. As we sit here, when we come to the National Theatre on Sunday, you perplex us. Wow. Zeb, are we going to be perplexed as well?
Yes, please.
Hey, boy. How old are you now, DJ Zeb?
Please, I'm 8 years
You are 8. How long have you been DJing?
I've been DJing for about 3 years now.
Okay, so you are 8, 3 years, for 3 years. So you started at the age of 5.
Yeah.
How did you know that you could DJ?
One day, I was there. My father was outside.
Okay.
And his laptop and his controllers were there.
Okay.
And then I started to pick the controller and the laptop. And
that was it, then bam. Is your dad a DJ?
Yes, please.
Oh, so this is very natural to you. So you just learnt from your dad.
Yes,
but before you picked the controller that day, were you studying him? Were you seeing what he was doing over the years?
Yeah. So when I picked the laptop and the controller, I don't know what it come in my mind. That the laptop, the password, even I don't know.
So how did you open the password? How did you open the laptop?
That is the question.
So it was a miracle.
Yes, please.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, please.
So that day was just a miracle. By the time you realize the laptop, you've been able to open it, you put the headphones on your ear, the controllers, and then boom, you started playing.
Yes,
do you remember the first song you played?
Yes, please.
What song was it?
Sobolo.
Hey. By Stone Boy.
Yes, please.
But do you know that you are very controversial? Who is your favorite artist?
Sata.
And what's your favorite song?
Everlasting.
By who?
Stoneboy.
I mean, can you imagine? You are very controversial. You, Akolanya, I'm a small boy. So your favorite artist is Shatta Wale.
Yes, please.
So you are part of the Shatta movement.
Yes, please.
But your favorite song
is Everlasting.
Everlasting by
Stoneboy.
Anyway, I'll leave it to the fans to decide. So, you know, music forms part of an integral part of parties, funerals, or any gathering, right?
Yes,
How are you able to choose the right kind of song to get the vibe for the people to, you know, party and stuff like that? What informs your decision of the choice of songs you make?
For that one, my father who will make the selection, and I'll make the playlist.
Oh, so your father does the selection,
yes,
and then the playlist, and the
yes, please.
I see. And so, in future, what do you really want to become? Do you want to become a DJ?
Yeah, I want to become a DJ and a businessman.
A DJ and a businessman. So the business, what kind of business do you want to do?
I will buy and sell DJing stuffs and instruments.
You are a serious man.
Yes, please.
God bless it for you.
Amen.
Anyway, sweetheart,
yes.
What's your name again?
Yes, my name is Abdul Salam Falisha.
No, your stage name.
Poetilisha.
Poetilisha.
Yes.
So when did you realize that, no, I've become a poet? Everybody leave me alone, I'm going for talented kids.
I started at class 4.
Okay.
Our teacher used to read us poems about oceans and things, and I felt like I was inside it. So I started writing my own poems and rehearsing, and I felt like that was my place.
Your teacher was talking about what?
He used to read us poems about oceans and things.
And you felt like you were part of the story, or you were in the ocean? Which one was it?
I felt like I was inside the ocean.
You felt like you were inside the ocean.
I was just imagining things, like as if it was true.
Okay. So that's what inspired you to start writing.
Yes, please.
So on a particular day, when you're delivering your lines, when you're reciting everything that you have written, what do you wish to pass on to the people that you are reciting these lines to?
I wish to inspire people and touch hearts.
Okay.
And make them know that your voice is your power.
Okay.
And then poetry is your everything.
Your voice is your power and poetry is
your
everything.
Yes.
Okay. You know, how about you? You're also a poet.
Yes.
When did you realize that you could write and recite poems?
When I was in, I think, class 2.
Okay.
My teacher, my headmistress, she told the teachers that they should decide that they should let me do poetry.
Okay.
Because all of them, sorry to say, they are not good enough in the poetry. So they decided to let me do it.
Okay.
And that was the first day I started doing poetry.
Okay.
And started writing poetry when I was in class 2.
So for you, the teachers decided that since nobody can do it, you should do it.
Yes.
And from that time, you've been writing and then reciting poems. What's the most fulfilling part of being a poet for you?
Letting people believe what you are going to do, and also let them, making them feel what is inside you.
Making them feel what is inside you. Dessa, who inspires you musically?
Like, if I were to say an artist.
Yes, an artist. Who inspires you?
Like Sherif.
Hey. So are you a rapper? Are you a singer? Like what?
I'm both.
So you can rap?
Yeah.
Okay, deliver a few lines this morning. Give us some bass. Let's see.
Oh,
Mama the fans, Mama say money. Hey, Mama the fans.
Should I stand up?
Hey, Teshie, so you stand up. Teshie, the trousers you are wearing and tea paper. Wow. Okay, let's go on.
Step in the party, your balance easy body. Your mind just a low-key pre. Take them easy on me, you get too much tease. If you give me body, affinity empty. Black power pop girl, I'm a villain. Take me as a prisoner since you stop for justice. I define new bad pass with binocular. Girl champion, graceful, chala. Me no say you get rugged side, you know be but me get plan soak up and run away with you like microscope. You nobody you know get any good decision by the trophy. Not a gas, everybody know this sweetie body. As an non-edu copy, but girl to the for the party, girl I want to come cause it assist. Say many girls them day, but not many girls sabi. She one dangerous, and if she done, you got me like, who's that girl? Who's that girl? What's poppin'?
Oh, Are you her backing vocalist or something? Or you are her #1 fan? You're her #1 fan.
Yeah,
You like, or you guys are friends. Will you miss her after the show? Will you miss her after the show?
Just so you know, I'm right here.
Everybody.
You miss everybody. But who's your bestie in the house so far?
Best
In the competition, yes. Yes. Who's been your bestie in the competition? Or who at a point did you think that this person there, if I don't do well, they'll pass me? Who was giving you a run for your money?
Myself.
Hey.
Yeah, myself.
You believe yourself, wow. So who is going to win?
Me.
Just why you not win?
I win.
Okay, so tell us, how ready are you for Sunday?
So ready.
I'm ready to express them.
Okay.
And give them vibes, heat, everything.
Heat and vibes. I wish that you brought your turntables to do something. But yes, Patilisha, do you want to deliver a few lines for us this morning?
Okay.
Phenomenally. What did you say? Phenomenally.
We want that one.
That's what she says before the
No.
Or you gave it to
That was
her.
one of my favorite performances. They like it a lot. When we are in the house, they'll start saying phenomenal, phenomenal. That she perform phenomenal.
Oh, so phenomenal, and it became phenomenally.
Phenomenal woman.
That's
okay.
Boy, let's go.
I want that one.
Pretty woman wonder where my secret lies. I'm not cute or built to tilt a fashion model size. But when I try to tell them, they think I'm telling lies. I say it is in the reach of my arms, the span of my hip, the stride of my step, the curl of my lip, because I'm a woman. Phenomenally, phenomenal woman. That's me. I walk into a room, just as cool as you please. And to a man, the fellows stand or fall back on their knees. Then they swarm around me, a hive of honeybees. I say, it is in the fire in my eyes. The flash of my teeth, the sing in my waist,
Patilisha, it's okay.
the joy in my face.
So you people, do you get butterflies in your tummy? Do you get nervous before you hit the stage?
No.
The butterflies get to my legs.
The butterflies, they get to your
they get to my
legs.
voice.
And they get to your voice. Do they get to your voice as well?
Yeah, in my heart.
They get
In your heart.
They get to my hand.
You there, your fingers. People are running me over this morning. Okay, so you to deliver phenomenally. Okay.
Africa. My Africa. Your Africa. Our Africa. Africa of proud warriors in ancestral savannah. Africa of whom my grandmother sings on the banks of the distant river. I have never known you, but your blood flows through my veins. Your beautiful black blood that irrigates the field. The blood of your sweat. The sweat of your works, the works of your slavery, the slavery of your children. I'm being robbed and enslaved.
They said you should calm down.
Physically.
No, but why are people telling her to calm down? This is how she is all the time. It's like she starts to rise and then.
Yes.
Jasper, what does she do? What does she do?
Let's say if she's trying to do something that is sad. Her emotions change and she's about to cry.
The emotions just start to swell up.
If she's saying the poem, there's a boniki here. I don't know if there's a boniki. So, as she's saying the poem, I don't know if she do the part that is like sad. I don't know if she'll take the aboniki, put it in the eyes.
Wow. But I love the synergy between all of you. You guys are here. Much as it's a competition, you're having fun with it, and that's what I love. I love the spirit in the room this morning. But Jasper, you have to do dance moves for us, right? What's your favorite song?
My favorite song.
Yeah, what song do you want to dance to this morning?
Don't lie.
No, but you know the trending song right now. Kim Palute's Ewome. Do you want to dance to that? Okay, all right. Let's play Kim Palute's Ewome, and Jasper will show us what we are in for on Sunday. We are looking forward to a great show. 50 Ghana cedis is the amount you have to pay for the ticket. It's available right here at the TV3 premises. Please make sure that you are there on Sunday. What time is it starting again? 8 p.m.
3 p.m.
3 p.m.
Yes.
Oh, yes, in the afternoon. Talented Kids is 3 p.m.
Yes.
So all your friends and family are coming to support you guys?
Yes.
And what's the code to vote again?
*713*113#.
Okay, and then we add your various names, right?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, if we are ready, Jasper is ready to do the Ewome dance for us. Jasper. Twasso. Let's go. Attitude. Hey. So dramatic, Jasper. I think that we need to take the blue from your name and put dramatic there. What do you think?
Jasper Dramatic.
Aha. They've changed your name this morning. Jasper Dramatic.
JD.
JD. Yeah, JD. Yes, darling.
Mainly is Jasper Red.
Jasper Red.
Yes.
Because his last name is a color, right? I pick it from whatever he's wearing. So it's Jasper Pink.
So it's Jasper Pink this morning. Wow. So what's your surname?
This is blue.
What's your surname?
My surname.
Yes, your surname that you write on paper.
Kwe.
Kwe. Now, DJ Zeb, where are your turntables? You didn't bring it this morning. You should have brought something. I mean, it's a Friday. We should have partied. But anyway, let's take a look at some of Jasper's DJ Zeb's performances before we say goodbye. Let's take a look.
Little did people know his destiny is a white charcoal, even though he's black. From preaching the first to the second sermon, people said, Kwaku from Pondia Sempe bad. But Kwaku became a traveler and never a waste man. We didn't know the villain he never was. Oh no, from Konongo Zongo, he has been patient. I mean Abotra with Amrado, looking up to Jesus Christ with Ara the J. Once upon a time, he told me, my son, you are one. But when you are a dreamer, you walk fearlessly in the sin city, not because you are an iron boy, but the sacrifice you made on 9th January. He said, move with one eye open and have the rebel music banging your eardrum, just as the victory song would do. He told me when I get to the Empire in the morning, I should ask, where them boys? If they show up, tell the black one to send one of them on an errand. If he turns deaf ears, shout on him and say, Smoby. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Iron Boy. You so what?
We take your time out to try and be happy. We take your time out to try to be happy. Decisions I make in my pajamas. Go up the morning matter. Off the phone with your dada. Get ready for another. To talk off the morning matter. Me the meeting now, me plan. See God is way tryna flip on. Everyone see one reason why I be chasing grace. Damn to me teeth in me baggy. Movies are my reason why.
Alright.
Me offering me T25, it's risking on the peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
So she has to cap your mini party, me gets funny sometimes. Sin City, how be as the peace and love. Rose on the table, I'm bloody feeling. Better call Jesus. I'm only.
Alright.
Big man, not the ball on me. I seen the hope and it dawned on me. Everything would have been lovely. But I'm
DJ Zeb on the turntables. But DJ Zeb, you're more of a poet than a DJ, and I'm a boy.
Yeah.
What else can you do?
Radio presenter.
Hey, You're a radio presenter?
Yes, please.
What else can you do? You can read the news?
Yes, please.
So you can read News 360?
Yes, please.
So if I give you a script right now, you'll be able to read it, or you can do something at top your head?
Yes, please.
Okay, do something and let me see. What news is this? Is this 7 o'clock or 12 o'clock?
I don't really know.
Okay,
but
so just...
I'll do what I
Okay.
I'll do the finale on what we have changed it.
Sorry? What did you say?
I will do the finale, the grand finale.
Okay, so just do what you've done before. Do what you have done. Don't do any new one, no. Do what you've done before. Do you have anything in your head that you've done before?
Yeah. It's April 26, 2026. Good evening and welcome to the Entertainment News 360, live on TV3. I am Kwajofo Zerubbabel. You can also call me DJ Zeb. After 13 weeks, season 17 of TV3 Talented Kids is coming to a beautiful end today at the National Theatre of Ghana.
Hey! It's okay. It's okay. Wow. You are multi-talented. All of you are superstars. Actually, a round of applause for yourselves. No, you are superstars. Wow. So this is what we are going to be seeing on Sunday, 3 p.m. Yes. Wow. It looks like we have to increase the amounts for the tickets. 50 cedi is not enough. It should be 100 Ghana because what you're saying. No, but what you're about to give us is expensive, so we have to increase the tickets, or we should keep it at 50 Ghana.
Auntie, this is not Auntie, what I did right now is not the real one.
It's not the real one. Okay, so you give us the real one on Sunday. Wow. This one is which one?
2 cedi.
So what will you miss the most about this show? This season?
I miss my friends, everyone. I miss everyone.
You miss
the time we spend together, how we play, all the things we do. I'll just miss everyone.
Wow. I can't wait to see what happens when you guys go back to school. Everyone is in school, right?
Yes.
Have you been able to interact with some of your schoolmates already?
Yes.
You call them, they talk to you and stuff. Well, how do they feel about you?
I feel very excited
and happy.
Yes.
Happy for me.
Oh, wow.
Forever.
So you guys have become superstars. So when you go back to school, you'll be given autographs and stuff like that.
Once we get back to school...
Now all the seniors respect me.
Even the seniors, they respect you.
Yes.
And then that's
once we get to school, it's like a week time. If they don't forget that we are superstars. We're going to go back to everything that they've done to us.
Oh, wow. I see.
And then the homework is never ending.
Okay. What's the code again?
*713
*13 hash.
Okay. We'll see you.
You can download the MG Reality app.
App on Play Store or App Store.
And vote as many times as possible.
Yes.
I hope to see you again next week because the winner will be here next week for a discussion. Who is it going to be?
Me.
Jasper, you dare. Or you say empty barrels make the most noise. Okay. All right. So I hope to see you guys again next week. We'll see who the winner is on a Sunday. But all the very best to you. *713 *13 hash. You add their names. That's the code for you to vote for them. Please keep voting and voting and voting until all is over on a Sunday. So your name again, darling?
Queen Dessa.
Queen Dessa.
You
know the poet. Jasper Blue, DJ Zeb, and then
Poet Lisha.
all the best, all right? Take care of yourselves. We'll see you on Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Namu sorry ako. Anya bye-bye.
Auntie, send me that.
We're taking a musical break. We'll be right back. It's still TV3 Newday.
After that thrilling conversation with talented kids, the finalists, we have to go to Akosombo because, as you're aware, last night there was a fire outbreak on one of the substations of GridCo, and my colleague Joseph Armstrong Gold Alugbi is currently there to bring us an update of the situation. Joseph, if you can hear us, tell us exactly where you are at this place and what's happening there.
So currently I'm here at the Ghana Great Company substation here in Akosombo that unfortunately yesterday caught fire. And as it stands now, we are told the fire personnel here managed to douse the fire approximately some 4 hours, preventing chunk of the, let me say, the staffs here from getting caught in fire. As we speak right now, we are told fire tenders from other places were brought in here to douse the fire rightly on time. If not, the entire country would have been left in total darkness. So where I stand now, you see that's where the fire actually destroyed virtually everything inside this place. Let me walk you through the place, and currently the cause of the fire is unknown, but we are told that investigations currently are underway to find exactly the cause of this fire. This has not happened before. It's the very first time we are having this experience here, leading to power outages in sections of the country, and it will take some time for these things, for full power to be restored to the rest of the country that yesterday had to sleep in the dark. We are also told we are very fortunate that none of the plants were affected. If not, we do not have a standby plant to use. We have here with us some officials from the Ghana National Fire Service, led by the Chief Fire Officer herself. Let's engage with her and get a briefing on what exactly they have to tell us, if they know the real cause of the fire or if investigations have commenced and how long it's going to take. Madam, you are live on TV3.
Thank you very much.
So we've seen you are here this early morning, and then I've seen your men here. We are told that, first of all, the fire personnel yesterday did a great job by trying to douse the fire, but there's a challenge which probably could have maybe lead to an early fighting of this fire. Do you want to brief us?
Yes, they heard of the fire around 14:05 hours, and they were swift enough to come here. When they got here, they had some challenges. There was a need for them to break through, and that took a bit of a time, but eventually, so far so good, this our fire.
So far so good. We are told fire tenders have to come all the way from Somanya to help douse the fire.
Yes, for now, Akosombo fire engine is being repaired. It has some challenges, it's being repaired. That is why they had to come from that far. But very soon, I'm sure by next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, it will be on road.
It will be on the road?
Yes.
Very well. So, madam, if you can just give me a minute, let me talk to the commander who was here yesterday, who was in charge yesterday.
Yeah, so yesterday around 14:05 hours, we received a distress call from the officer in charge of safety at this facility, Mr. Ebenezer Sabute, that fire had gutted the switchyard of GridCo. So we came here within record time to assess the scene and realized that the fire was traveling to some other areas. So we quickly have to relay that information to our regional control, and also we also relayed the information to Somenya, which is the nearby station, and Akuse. So they got in here and managed the situation, but they realized accessibility was the problem. Accessing the seat of fire was a little challenge. So we had to talk to VNRA. So they brought in 2 payloaders to create access for us before we were able to have a fair idea of where the fire was traveling to. And in record time, we were able to douse the fire.
But for how long has your fire engine been out of commission?
It's been 3 weeks now.
It's been 3 weeks now?
Yes, please. And efforts have been done to get it on road again.
You are told it's about parts?
Yes, please.
You are still looking for parts too?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, so the chief officer is on it. She's trying to get support so that we can put the truck back on road.
Very well. So back to the chief officer, then I hand over to you in the studios. So first of all, you've assessed the situation. Any other thing you want to add?
No, we want to add. It's a very unfortunate this thing has happened. If it happens like that, the whole of Ghana, the government has problems. Money that could be used for something has been diverted now. And we just pray that nothing of this sort happens again. And then we want to reassure the public that anytime there's an emergency, we are there 24/7 to support.
No. Thanks very much. So that is the Chief Fire Officer Chief Fire Officer for the Ghana National Fire Service speaking to us there about what happened here yesterday. We are told the Minister for Energy is currently on his way to this place to also assess the situation. Early this morning, we came with the management from the Ghana Grid Company, who are also here to assess the situation, and I'm sure later in the day we'll bring you up to speed in our subsequent bulletins. Joseph Armstrong, I'll keep my eye on this development and join you later on Mayday. Over to you in the studios, Beatrice.
Thank you very much, Joseph Armstrong, bringing us that update. Great news that they've been able to quench the fire. But of course, this could be costing the nation a lot of money, looking at the equipment involved. And you could see that the fire was quite massive. I mean, the entire room, as he took us through, things bent.
Hopefully, equipment and whatever is bent is repaired like really, really soon. Anyway, we don't have time for birthdays, unfortunately, but happy birthday to you, Eric Anyomi. Eric Anyomi, it's coming from your friend Majid. And congratulations one more time to you, Regina Van Helvet, one of our own here, and Dr. Chris as well on your union. God bless your union. May he keep it together forever. Guys, we're done today.
Yes.
Yes, I enjoyed the conversation with the kids.
Oh yeah, all of them.
You know why? It just reminded me of my childhood. I was such a shy little boy, and
you were not like Jasper.
No. I was just so shy, just a little shy boy going through school and watching the youngest one. I think he's like 8 years.
That's the DJ.
Yeah, I was just putting myself. I was like, oh, I can't believe we just be sitting out cracking like that. It's all good.
So please make a date with the Talented Kids crew, and of course, the finalists Sunday 3 p.m. National Theatre. But tickets are everywhere, especially here, TV3 premises, for just 50 Ghana cedis. Please come support your own and come and let's decide who the winner for this year's edition will be. Talented Kids, free to play. Man, you said the winning massa. Because besides say come using I bet any problem. Oh, you were not here this morning. Tell you, play some nice Kwame Eugene, Monica.
A song I know.
Monica.
A song I know.
Monica.
I love.
Is that a song?
Yeah, that's a song I love.
That's the song.
I told you I know the song.
Wow. We'll bring it back again. But yeah, Regina, congratulations to you one more time. Coco, I thought you said you were doing this for me. What happened? Okay.
Yeah.
So there it is.
It's
Regina
so
Van Helvet, one of our very own here. Congratulations to you and your husband, Dr. Chris. Congratulations. Yesterday was a traditional. Tomorrow will be a very big day. God bless your union and keep it together forever in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Enjoy the rest of our programming.
Kakalika time. Let's go.
Onye.
Why?
You could do them like juju.